same title?
Yep, I've already. Seems we're live.
Oh, we're live. Hello, everyone. I mean, people are filtering in, but still, hello.
I'm going to post online that we are live.
Oh, okay. Let's look at our fine decks. 32 of them.
You could copy one over if you want to just do one from our. Hello, thank you so much.
Hello.
Also, sorry, Miso's on
here.
the camera.
He's on the keyboard and he's ruining everything.
Here, we'll show Cat for the
camera. For those early people.
Get a little
this
extra
is our little
Miso.
man. Joint mascot of the channel along with Amber.
Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, it was good to meet you. Sorry, we were in a rush that day, so. Hey, buddy. Sorry, he's trying to eat my phone.
Yeah, that was like Aaron running day. Miso, come on, dude. He's like below the camera, so you can't even see him, but he's still screwing everything up. Worst cat.
Absolutely the worst cat. Amber.
Will you stop
F11.
searching Moxfield?
There you go.
Miso F11? What the hell?
Mies, please. Okay.
Please, sir. Stop. We have here our list of previously audited decks. We're going to get into a whole lot more today. Also, for some reason, I have the hiccups, which is annoying. So if you know a way to cure the hiccups, let me know.
Our opinion on Millennium Calendar, mine is I think that's a really fun win con if you want to try and work towards it, like the door or something. But I think it's also really tough to get to. It's not practical in a lot of situations, even with proliferate synergies. I don't know what yours is.
Yeah, I think it's slow. It's memey. Certain decks it could actually work though with like Clock of Omens. That definitely is it's a thing. It's like Helix Pinnacle. Sometimes you lose to it. Most of the time it's bad.
Good luck. Have a good one. Amber is in the other room.
Yeah,
she
Amber's
might
chilling
be
out. She's a little sleepy today, but you know we might summon her for various reasons.
Yeah, we love her.
Oh, good night, and also good morning, and hello.
Good night. I will be posting this on YouTube Community too.
Oh, we're posting. We're getting all the posts out there. We probably should have scheduled this.
Hello, everyone. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to be reviewing decks today.
It's the deck audits.
You can send in your deck to be audited by us if you send a super chat of 10 or more. The pricing's on the screen, and we'll get that started. Thanks all so much for filtering in, coming to hang out. We'll be answering questions for a bit.
Yeah, this is one of the decks we did last time. We can take a little peek at it while people are settling in. Oop, as I hiccup some more. Visual grid's always the way to go on Moxfield. This deck was all about like goading and forcing your opponents to attack each other, which means Gahiji gives them +2/+0, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Will we be building Amber's meme deck? Like,
oh, the Amber deck does need to be built at some point.
You want to build it right here?
I don't know if now is the time, because I'm sure we're going to get a super chat in like the next 5 minutes and it won't be able to be built. And there's our first one.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you can either email it to me or Discord. If Discord, do it to @MiaLargo and I will just receive it and we'll start working on it.
Yeah, just send your deck to Mia and it will shortly become on my screen and then we're going to start working on it.
Thank you so much, Tyler. You can also send it to me and we will get something worked out. Let me know if you need my email. Can you I'll post it in chat.
Yeah, so we are going to be getting a queue going. It's first come, first serves. Put yourself in the queue. We're going to build up the queue to a certain point and then pause it so that we can then get those done and then reopen the queue. So it'll be going all freaking day.
1 second. I'm putting the email in. Okay, so you can send it to that email or you can just send it to Mia Largo on Discord. Have a good one.
Ooh, we're up to 67 viewers. 2 likes though. I mean, I know nothing has happened yet of substance, but you could still like the stream for fun if you wanted to. Maybe it'll cure my hiccups.
Thank you so much, Kyle. Yeah, adding you to the queue right now. Send it over and we will take a look at it and edit it.
Awesome. Yeah, I wonder how long it's going to take if you want to look at our little list here. You're not allowed to try on purpose, but I wonder how long it'll take before we get a repeat. Because we had 32 decks and there were 0 repeats last time.
It was really awesome to see everyone's cool strategies though. Like that was really awesome.
It definitely was.
Just checking on Discord to make sure no one's sending it there. Hello.
Yo.
So up first we have Ethan when you send over your deck. Just also let me know if your email is different from your YouTube name so I can like match the deck list correctly.
There will be a Moxfield ad somewhere if we feel like it, and if we do feel like it, you will not be able to guess where it is.
Absolutely not. But right now, I mean, I think Moxfield speaks for itself. We're in dark mode. Okay, perfect.
We are in dark mode. Did somebody ask?
Okay, I'm gonna be. Oh no, no one asked. I'm just
We're
saying
just showing off.
that's just an awesome thing. Okay, so I'm sending you the first deck list.
Okay.
It's gonna be over here.
Yeah, can I move that though? It doesn't pop up anyway.
Just.
Or like, can I move it here?
I don't know if it'll show up. So.
It's just a little.
So. There you go. So it says fast mana though, please, thanks. You can put anything else in. The idea is to play as many extra lands from exile and go fast. No. And then thank you so much. I will add you two both to the queue.
Right, and this was a 20, so it's 10 changes.
Yes.
Let's. Okay, list the deck. I fixed it. No problems there. I gotta get this visual grid going. All right.
Oh, no fast mana.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
I actually got that. I was like, nobody in their right mind would want me to just put fast mana in their deck when they're like, hey, what can I add?
You can send it to my email, or you can be sending it to my Discord. Just make sure that it is accompanied with a super chat of $10 or more, depending on how many changes you want us to make.
Yeah, we're cross-referencing.
That's the email, but also my Discord at Mia Largo works too.
Right. You're gonna need like the username too.
Yep.
Okay. So this deck, obviously Faldorn. We actually are gonna be talking about Faldorn in a very upcoming video. This precon was Hot Fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I see like Tovolar draws cards. What did they give any like criteria for this? It's fine if not. I know they said no fast mana.
The criteria was you can put anything else in. The idea is to play as many extra lands from exile and go fast.
Oh, okay. I'm wondering what Tovolar's doing.
I am checking out your. I will add you on Discord. 1 second. There you go.
I guess he just draws cards when your wolf tokens hit. That's kind of funny. Can't hate on that.
Let's see. Adam says.
That's funny because this is like, whenever you do exile a lot of cards in a row, you're like kind of bummed out because you know much of them are going to be lands. But this deck's like, no, I'm going to play them all and then just go ham sandwich. As I continue my bout with hiccups, please be patient.
Sorry, I'm just taking notes for the super chat.
Okay, all the classics are here. There's actually not as much room in a Faldorn deck as you might think because of all the like mandatory impulse draw stuff. So you probably have to cut Obscuring Haze as much as I like that card.
Yeah, unfortunately, like you do really like that.
Oh, Sensei's Top is like so time consuming in this deck, but it's so good. Oh, we can cut Arcane Signet for sure. We don't need signets in the green deck. Let's see.
Yeah, we'd rather just have ramp, especially some things from exile playing stuff.
Summon Anthem's alright, but I think we can. It's gotta there's not gonna be a lot of room. We gotta cut something.
We are going to be streaming until bare minimum 11. We might extend it to 12, so we still have a few hours.
Yeah, we're gonna see. My voice recently got blown out from doing the last stream because I have a very weak, fragile voice, and for some reason I have the hiccups right now. So we'll see how that develops. Probably gonna be okay, but if for some reason I'm dying, I might bail it at 11.
1 second, I'm just going to get
Miso would like
the brat out of here.
Yeah, Miso doesn't want in this room anymore, and we're gonna kick him out. I've heard things about green slime. I don't know, dude.
They asked, do we have questing druid?
We do have questing druid. It is here. Definitely a solid card in the deck. I think Chandra's not super great. Joe played this deck for a long time. And Chandra was always more of like a flavor include, not a power include, so I guess we'll cut it. I'll cut Green Slime because I'm not 100% sure on the card and we need to make room. We already got removal like Druid. Druid's going to be sweet. Perforos is a way to close games. Earthshaker. What does this guy do? I think this is probably a little too cutesy. We have to make like 7 wolves and then play this and then untap and make 7 wolves and those wolves can't attack. Probably should just trim this. Apex Devastator is cool. Unless we get 6 more. How do you feel about 38 lands in this deck? Average mana value is 3.23. 3. We could probably trim one, right?
We could probably trim one, but also, do we have more? Can we get more effects to play more than one?
So there's exploration right now. I see Azusa, Oracle, Wayward Swordtooth.
Thank you so much. Budget Asmor deck. Yeah, thank you so much. I am adding you to the queue right now. I just saw your email.
Escapes. Let's get our classic handy dandy Scryfall tab open. Ooh, I wonder if there's any good additional land cards that we don't have yet.
Make sure to also send your criterias when you send me the emails or discords, just so I can keep them all in one place. Sometimes it's a little bit hard for me to keep track in the super chats.
Right, so we probably, sort of Forge and Frontier seems kind of perfect. It impulse draws and lets us play an additional land. That's so sick. So we'll get that in there, and then like Dry to the Elysian Grove, and probably just Nina and Den. That just helps your your plan. So Mina and Den's in there. And what did I just say? Naked Dry Boy. We'll get that in there. Now you have way more ways to play lands, like additional lands. Once you start like storming off, I like that. I like that a lot. Win cons, I see Perforos, Earthshaker, Pathbreaker, Overwhelming Stampede, and then Beastmasters, and also City on Fire. So kind of a lot.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of damage in.
Even Outpost Siege can deal damage, but you don't really have a sack outlet. Oh, Heroic Intervention. I've never loved that card. Let's get that out of there. I think we're on 7 cuts now. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need 3 more cuts. And we said we were going to cut a land. I think we can trim a land. Maybe a basic. There's a lot of basics. Not that that's a problem, but I would probably trim one. This deck is mostly green. Let's remove 1. Okay. So we need to make 2 more cuts. Honestly, you might want Utopia Sprawl. I don't see why you wouldn't have Utopia Sprawl if you already have Wild Growth. Let's just switch that then. We'll go up, down a mountain, and stay up on Forest so we can put Utopia Sprawl in. These cards are honestly kind of busted. They feel a little bit like they are like the thing right below fast mana. They're so explosive. Nobody removes them. They stay in play forever. They survive board wipes. They're just kind of nasty.
Oh, sorry.
We just cracked 100 viewers.
Wow, that's awesome. Sorry, I'm keeping track of all of the queue right now, so I'm not.
We got like a chunky queue forming.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 in queue already.
6 in the queue. We might pause things at 10 in the queue. We're gonna see. We'll let you know, but for now, queue's still open, obviously. City on Fire. Convoke is nice for wolves, but I don't think we're dealing enough damage. Let's cut City on Fire. I think that might be 10. I'm not even sure. I'm losing track. The hiccups are really throwing me.
You know, those damn hiccups.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6.
Someone says, Sylvan Anthem, will you ever do... We're not really doing deck techs unless people donate to the $250 Patreon tier that we have regarding, like, tune-ups. Yeah,
deck techs are kind of on hold for the channel right now. There's some things like, some types of videos we do that have, like, multiple decks and stuff in them. So O'Hare Ash Chanil might appear in the future, but, like, we don't have plans to do a deck tech right now. Honestly, there's just not enough demand for it. I would love to do one, but...
Yeah, deck techs are really fun, but...
They don't be getting views.
Unfortunately not.
Let's get rid of Swifties. I don't think this deck is like dying for all this hexproof. Faldorn's kind of sticky. It's not the best card in the world, so I find it doesn't eat removal all that often. So now we just need ads, and I think this deck probably needs a little bit more removal. See, Vandal Blast, Hull Breach, Druid.
If you send 20, we will make 10 cuts. $10 is for 5 cuts. And $50 is for 25 cuts.
Ooh, a card I love in this deck is Volcanic Torrent. I think this card is like way underrated. It's like 2 cents. It's super, super good. It's a one-sided board wipe, especially in this deck where you're slinging all these spells and then your extra mana land drops return give you more spells. So that's really, really cool. That's a removal spell for sure. I like Nature's Claim. That's a rock solid include. Ooh, I can't stop Mia. Google cures for hiccups.
I mean, the only ones I know is like drinking warm water while hanging upside down.
Would
you like to do that?
We don't have time.
Donate to see BZ hang upside down and I'll film it.
The people need their deck audits. I can't do it. If anyone knows any cures for hiccups, let me know, please.
Speaking of deck audits, Kyle, you donated right after Tyler, and I don't have your deck list. If you can send it to me via Discord or email, links do not work, so I will need to take them in a different form. Just let me know. Worst comes to worst, we will just if I don't get it for a bit, we will just move up the list and we will just insert you in when I get the list.
All right. What can we do? Do we have Mosswort Bridge in here? Probably.
Someone says Soul Ring? Question mark?
I think they specifically said no fast mana, so we're gonna nix that suggestion. I think Professional Facebreaker is probably the way to go. All your extra wolves can deal damage. She obviously just goes ham with treasures and then she makes them. It's just an enabler and a payoff.
Yeah, and thank you so much. Yeah, added you to the queue, Norman, and we are going to be doing this in the future. We are going to try and switch up streams, so we're going to do some deck audits. We might try and do some gameplay or something. We're just trying a bunch of new stuff out. So thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah, we are closing in. This is, I guess, maybe a pseudo celebration. We might do a stream that actually celebrates it, but we are closing in on 1,000 videos in a row per day. So I think Thanksgiving will be our 1,000th day of a video every day, and then after that we're going to do some schedule changes, which we will of course announce, but pretty big stuff for the channel. I am excited. Mia is also excited.
Yeah, super excited. This is a lot of fun trying new stuff.
How do you feel about Wildfire Devils? It's always fun.
I always think it's pretty fun, but I've also whiffed a bunch of times. If your deck's built for it, it's pretty nice, but if everyone else isn't running a ton of instants and sorceries, it could be really rough. Thank you so much, Joe. I'm adding you to the queue right now.
Joe, getting added to the queue as I hiccup again. Will it ever get old? Probably not. And I haven't seen anyone in chat coming up with cures for hiccups. Not that I'm looking, but still. Come on, guys. I'm suffering.
They want to see you hang upside down.
Whenever you see me bob up and down, I'm hiccuping quietly so as to not go into the microphone. Okay. I'm trying to think of just targeted removal, and I'm totally drawing a blank here. I mean, maybe you just want Rex Sage. I saw we cut the green slime, and honestly, I think I'd rather just have Reclamation Sage than it. Let's see. Is there anything that also exiles? I don't know.
They said you should breathe slowly and maybe hold your breath or sip water or tea or eat peanut butter.
Okay, the next 3 cuts will be done while I hold my breath.
Right now, BZ is going into Scryfall, and he is holding his breath. It has been, 5.5 seconds? It's very impressive. I am looking for a couple custom target removal at those hiccups. I am looking for... Oh, thank you so much, Colin. I am adding you to the queue. I got yours in the email. So right now I'm looking for Joe's in the email or Discord. I will check my Discord in a second. I'm looking for Norman's for Gates and Shrines. How you doing? How was that?
That was a lot. That was a long time. We'll see if it works. But, oh my god. Okay. So yeah, I think cards with Cascade could be cool. They're pretty fun, and they actually do stuff. Oh, this is the card I was... What does this do? So Cascade for 8 mana. It deals damage to each creature your opponents control equals to the total mana value of other spells you've cast this turn. Call Forth the Tempest has gotta be an absolute banger. So let's get that in there. And then we're gonna need 2 more. Let's see. I think... Do we want more ramp? Well, let's get the other one member of the Three Musketeers, Scry Shroud claim in here. We just can't leave it out. It's too good, especially in this deck where you just start spamming. So when you cast it from exile, you can still cast other spells, and we have.
Oh, Colin, it's 10 or more to be in our stream, not a $1. I just want to point that out real quick. And
But we do appreciate the donation anyway.
Yeah, I thank you so much.
It is possible you just meant to send one, and we appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, we also they sent a deck to my email, so that's why I do mention it. Yeah, thank you, Norman. Thank you, Joe. I did just get your emails, and you are being added right to the queue, so I do know where everything is.
I think a last one. I know Joe played this, and it was pretty annoying. Let's get Wild Magic Sorcerer in there, and let's hop on over to the next deck.
Okay, sending it right now. It is Tyler with Bears, and I will be sending that over.
Alright, let's move.
It's in... Wait. I think I also have a Moxfield ad. 1 second. Or not a Moxfield ad, a Moxfield link.
Right, let's...
So, thank you for sending it on Moxfield, the best place online to build decks, you know?
Right, there will be an ad somewhere in the stream.
It's technically right here, actually.
Oh, Moxfield.com. They're actually not paying for us for this. We're just kind of screwing around. But hey, Moxfield's great. It's the only site we're going to use for this. We're not going to use Redacted.
Yeah, thank you so much, Colton. Send those restrictions to my email along with your deck list, and I will add you to the queue.
Okay, so is it Discord? Or the message
I just
you
sent it to you, yes.
Okay. Oh, race.
We have like 11 in queue right now. You can add it, and because BZ said maybe 10 and then never stopped.
We'll keep going. Last time we stopped after a couple hours. We'll keep it open. Just forget I said that. It's fine.
Just forget.
Okay, so this is a big bear. This is Wilson, Refined Grizzly, and Raised by Giants.
That's pretty spicy. I was like, that's a 2-hit. That's a little bit over a 2-hit kill, depending on if you have combat tricks.
That's a mono green deck I have not seen.
I think it's fun.
Okay. This is a new Moxfield profile, by the way. It's NN Deck Audits. If you want to see all the deck audits we do on one profile, it's going to be this one.
Yeah, we are going to be deleting the ones we did last week off the main profile soon, but they are all currently on the NN Deck Audit Moxfield, so you can always view them there.
Exactly. All right. So we're going to make Wilson a 10/10. This is a 5-changer?
Yes.
Okay. You have not every, you have a decent amount of mana dorks. Actually, most of them. Fight Bear. This is just like a Bears deck. Okay. Okay. Boon Satyr? Oh, Boon Satyr turns him into a 2-hit kill, I suppose. There's potentially room for upgrades here. I like Bellowing Tangleworm for the Intimidate. It's like a win con. This seems like a commander damage type thing. Soul's Might, I'm going to trim. It's not a card I've ever really been able to make work. Bramble Crush is fine. We can just do a little bit better. Safekeeping, yeah. Maybe we want to protect him.
Yeah.
Once a future can go.
I mean, with these types of decks, you really need to protect that commander.
Oh, there's some equipment.
I love the commanders. I mean, it's just like, it's going to be so good. I'm not sure how I feel about the swords, honestly.
At least they're like two of the best ones.
Yeah.
Like if this was like sort of Body of Mind, I would cut it. Stratascythe, yeah, it makes them really, really big. Maybe sort of the Animus can go. Like we're green, so we're not hurting for that as much.
Yeah, if you want to look these up, I will drop the Moxfield link in here.
Oh, 6 cents. That's I don't know if that card's gonna be that good. But we're gonna keep looking. Holy Land of Abundance. That'll be fun to cast for free.
So if you want to look at these decks as they come out, that is the place to do it on NN Deck Audits on Moxfield.com.
Crystal Chimes. Returns all enchantments from your graveyard to your hand. That's so specific. And I already know a card I would like more than this. That would work with whatever you're trying to do. It's Creeping. No. Creeping Renaissance is a sorcery. So the upfront cost is cheaper than Crystal Chimes, which is a 6 cost upfront to get everything back. This gets whatever permanent you need back. So if you have a bunch of dead creatures that you want, it gets them all back. It gets back all your enchantments, all your artifacts, whatever, and it flashes back. So it's just basically better in every way.
Wait, scroll down a little. How are we feeling about Crows and Grip, and how are we feeling about Emerald Medallion?
I'm feeling like Emerald Medallion is good, and Crows and Grip, we don't have enough cuts. So
that's fair.
Crows and Grip, I would keep my eye on it. I already see the Holy Trinity of Nature's Lore, 3 visits, Kai'Sha Claim.
We love ramp here.
Excellent. If I had more ads, I would say consider Wild Growth and Utopia Sprawl, but I'm not going to waste evaluation on that. I don't know how much of this deck is flavorful. Like, how many green bears are there? Probably not many.
It would, yeah. If it can be on Moxfield, that would really help. We can't really put it. Well, does Tapped Out have a copy and paste feature? I'm not really sure.
It does, and maybe we could just copy it into Moxfield. But I almost want to say that it's it would definitely slow down the stream a little bit.
He says low-key Zoro inspired with 3 swords. If there's a bear, it's for flavor.
Right. So we won't cut any bears. Just know that, bears can only be so good.
Wow.
But, I mean, Suruk and Goreclaw, and even Goreclaw.
Yes, unfortunately, I don't redact when I'm actively quoting someone's comment. But yes, redacted does not.
Yeah, that's like the first time either of us has ever said a website name that isn't Moxfield. Honestly, Mia, rookie mistake. I would have redacted that all day. Always keep them guessing what you're actually talking about.
Well, I'm just quoting right from the comments.
That's what the comment said. I'm sure if we go back, it says redacted. All right, we need Wilson.
They can redact their own comment.
We need Wilson to be huge. So, like, sort of some mono green, high power matters type stuff. I really want to draw cards. We have Rush Card's expertise.
How about what's the Life's Legacy? Do we have that?
Life's Legacy could be good
because he's going to be giant.
He'll be big, and then I also probably want to add as the last one, Return of the Wild Speaker. Helps you.
Thank you for the Moxfield link.
Okay. But then we need like 2 utility type cards. And I really want to add some removal.
Do you want Druid?
I cannot.
Of course he's going to add Druid.
I cannot plug Druid of Purification enough. This card is busted, I think, in casual. It's not a CDH card, but in casual games, it pretty much just annihilates everything, and there's no downside. Not that I've seen. I mean,
the 3-for-1 is really good. I mean, worst comes to worst, you get 1 thing removed, and then a 2/3 body. But usually people do stuff out of spite. It's like, well, I'll destroy your thing. Well, I'll destroy your thing, and then you usually get your 4-for-1.
Yeah, changes made. You can check the only thing you're gonna be able to do is check recent history. That'll tell you all the pluses and minuses I did. I can't, write these down anywhere else. I mean, they are logged, but I just can't take the time to, type up a primer or anything. But they are there. You can see all the changes I made.
Yeah, you can send a deck by sending us a super chat at 10 or more, and then you send it to my email or Discord. Are we done?
No, we have to add another card, and I just waffling a little bit on. Do we want to make Wilson a little stronger? Do you want to protect him a little bit?
I'd protect him a little more. I'm surprised I'm not seeing Swifties in here because
Well, there's Greaves and there's the Commander's Plate. Those protect him. These 2 kind of do.
I mean,
this
do we have
this gives ward.
Do we? Oh, we don't have Veil of Summer or anything, or any of those.
Oh, that could be good. Just as another. I mean, a cantrip, so I like it way better than Tamio's Safekeeping. So in some ideal world, maybe I would cut the Safekeeping, but I like Veil of Summer a lot. Let's keep moving.
Okay, I just sent it to you. It's an Elenda Aristocrats deck.
Ooh.
From Kyle. He says only restrictions are no additional cards over $100, no additional infinite combos. Would love to hear your thoughts on if I have too many payoffs and not enough fodder. The bounce is hard. Any other glaring problems too?
And is this a 5-cutter?
Yes, it's a 5 cuts.
Okay. I'm gonna have to figure this out because I can't click Visual Grid every time. It's gonna kill me. Okay.
Did you click unlisted or list?
Yeah, I've
perfect.
listed.
I just want to make sure.
Elenda makes a bajillion tokens, and she's actually kind of crazy at that. So for fodder, I mean, I feel like we're already good. I see 3 doofuses that just die into other doofuses, which is already a lot. Nether Trader's great for that. Bloodgas is great. Pawn of Ulamog, you got to be good on the dummies front.
Yeah, what's the equivalent?
Teysa?
Yeah. That's not too bad. I never see Teysa the Scion. I usually see just straight up Teysa.
Okay, this is not Is this combo? No.
He said no additional combo, so I've got
It's not combo, it's just amazing, right? Because all these vampires are white. So then you just start annihilating everyone's board. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Honestly, I have
Oh, Karmic Guide Revelark is an infinite combo.
Yeah.
So that's obviously great.
You're going to be pumping all your dummies with Elish Norn. You can tutor with Razzie.
Alright, so what are you thinking for cuts then? Maybe some of these instant sorceries. Props to the Tragic Arrogance. I like that a lot. That's a good board wipe.
I'm loving the fact
it's
that you have
enough.
the MDFCs. I don't love the white ones as much. Honestly, Sajiri's Shelter hasn't been as good for me as you'd think, because just protection from color of choice isn't always the best, because it's always ooh, what if it's not targeted? That doesn't really,
It's just like a land on the other side. I won't cut it here, but it's worth noting that
we
might cut it in some other high high upgrade version. This deck is really tight.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm not sure. Animation module is probably too cute. It kind of only works if you're already ahead, so I would probably trim that
Thank
one.
you so much, Luke. I have got your...
Unless it's infinite and I missed something. If it is,
Yeah,
you know,
send over your deck list, Luke.
maybe, is it infinite?
Got
with,
it.
like,
Thank you.
with Ashnod's Altar or something? With more counters, you can pay 1 to make it. So if you sack a guy for 2 mana. Okay, we're going infinite. Let me put it back in. Lobby. Animation module. Okay. So there's just... Oh my god.
Someone says CMC 3 spirit who puts 1/1 spirits for each creature in graveyard. Priest of Forgotten Gods. Yeah, I got your Moxfield link, Joe. Thank you so much.
Oh my... This deck is like... I mean, I'm not even... We're going to have to really think about it. I mean, I guess I would trim Morbid Opportunist because I think it's just worse than Midnight Reaper and Grim Horospex. Because you've got a lot of the...
Do we like Bloodghast?
I love Bloodghast in these decks. You already got ways to like repeatedly sack Bloodghast and Nether Trader. And I just think Grim Horospex and Midnight Reaper have so much upside. But this deck, this deck is easily almost like...
Welcoming Vampires
It's like high
only
power. I'm seeing a Abolisher in here.
is once per turn. Would we prefer to have Mentor the Meek if we have multiple things come in, or no?
Maybe we would prefer just cutting this card.
Yeah.
We added 2 card draws. That might be the move, honestly.
Scroll down.
So that's 2 cuts.
Do we like by invitation only?
I do like the card, but I think we'll cut
we could
it
do better for
with
board
this
wipes.
power level, which is ridiculous. This deck is through the roof. We'll cut Night's Whisper. We'll cut that. I mean, you're playing tutors, and you have at least, I would say, 2 to 3 infinite combos that are 2 to 3 cards each. So, like, you don't need card draw when you just assemble 3 cards and win the game. You don't need card draw as much. And we have some creature-based card draw that we added.
Do we want like Entomb then and stuff?
There's a Reanimate in here?
Yeah, so...
Is it just for Elenda? Oh, Bitter Blossom. Okay, that's a cut for sure. I don't think Bitter Blossom is very good at all. I think that's a pretty easy cut.
Dictate, Grave Pact, Necropotence.
Yeah, the rest is all... We're just adding now. We just need 3 more adds for this. So we don't want to add any more infinites, which is honestly probably difficult. Technically, any creature we add with 2 or less power is creating another infinite combo for this deck to utilize with Scarab God and Revelar. We're going to pretend that's not real.
Well, do we want more like stacks pieces? Do we want more...
I don't think this deck is playing stacks.
Well, I'm not saying super stacks, but I was thinking more of like a... You know, since there is like a Grand Abolisher and stuff, we could put something like akin to it.
I think that's just to stop interaction with your combos. I guess I don't know.
Well, do we want something like Silence then?
I don't think this is a silence deck. There's like the Meat Hook Massacre, Bastion of Remembrance. These are not CDH cards.
BZ makes this website black by going into the settings and clicking dark mode. It's somewhere in like the visual part of your account, and we can make it with the cards by clicking on the show by, and it says like visual grid somewhere. Yeah, someone says Entomb and Soul Cauldron, but that's including more combos. I'm not sure.
It smells combo-y to me.
Yeah.
Yawgmoth is fantastic in this deck.
Yeah, I mean he's already in there though.
We have a friend Emmett who plays this card, this deck. Can you remember any of the secret spice he was pulling out?
I mean, I can pull up his deck list. I have him on here somewhere.
I mean, if you can find it in the next like 15 seconds, that's cool. Otherwise, whatever.
Yeah, I can take a look. 1 second. Thank you so much. Send it to me, and I'm adding you to the queue. Sorry,
You have been added.
It's a Shorikai deck.
Ooh, Shorikai's nasty.
BZ always kills mine, even though it's not my commander. He's just a guy.
It needs to die.
He's just a guy.
It needs to die.
Bro, he's just...
Don't pretend it doesn't.
He's just hanging out.
I think with... maybe for some slightly better, more synergistic card draw, Disciple will also do work. It sacks Elenda. It can sack another creature if you're not like winning by a million miles. Totally solid. Maybe I want some more interaction though. I mean, we got what? We got swords. We got takedown, intervention, anguished. Let's just get Path in here.
Yeah, Path is really good. Have you really? I was just playing Soul Partition. That was pretty good. I'm not sure.
Soul Partition is definitely a CDH card. That card is. I think it gets very bad very quickly when the game doesn't end immediately.
Because you can keep. Do we have that in here?
Skyclave just seems like value. That seems like our last ad.
Cool.
That scales with power level too. Like, if you're playing high power, Skyclave.
Oh, I love Blindo. And thank you so much, Robert. Yeah, adding you to the queue.
We appreciate all the super chats. We will get to all of them at some point, and we're getting a really high viewership. I'd love to crack our viewership from the previous episode, which I think topped out at like
180, I think?
204. So if we could destroy that, that'd be sick.
I just sent you the
It all starts with getting 69 likes on this particular live stream. That's how it all begins.
Yes. So basically he says it's a $10 change, so 5 cuts, and it's possible to win with swarms of zombies, but in recent play, cards like Entomb and D-Toots have made it into a relying and searching for a Phyrexian Gravecrawler infinite every game.
Yeah, I was going to say that sounds about right. We just lost to a similar thing. I won't say who it is, but it was another content creator, and I was, they lied to us. They said no infinites, and then here they go.
Micaeus was an absolute house in that. I would maybe go for the throat. That's already like something that stands out to me.
You probably already know this, but if you want more infinites, Rothulk goes infinite with Necro Duality. You can respond to the trigger to make a token of Rothulk, sack the original, and then the token brings back the original, and you just keep going, and it's kind of silly.
Yeah, let's see. They have the other Lily, not the one you like.
Oh, okay, kind of like
Do you want to switch out Lily for other Lily?
Let's switch out Lily for Lily. Good call. I think Lily's one of the best planeswalkers in the Commander, if not the best, at least in casual. So, a lot of the cheap ones that you'd expect. I'm sure we're not going to be able to upgrade the zombie suite a ton. We can upgrade the actual cards themselves. I think Distant Melody can go. I'd rather just have a zombie, honestly.
Yeah, it's more synergistic.
Like, I think Midnight Reaper is a zombie, and that's not in here. So this is a five change?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a 5 change.
Yeah, Midnight Reaper is a zombie, so let's get that in there. This is better card draw. We have enough sack outlets. We have Carrion Feeder. We have... What else do we have? We might need to add a few.
Yeah, it looks a little light on zombies, honestly.
28? 26 zombies? Do you see any other sack outlets? Am I crazy? If not, we're going to add some.
Yeah, we might.
But there might be...
Well,
so there's
the
altar, another altar. Incubator's cool.
Anything down? No.
Oh, did you choose to omit Rooftop Storm from this deck on purpose? I assume you did. I think Curse is slow, and Endless Ranks is even slower. I'd rather just play more zombies to have a higher synergy. And plus, they'll work with Scarab God. You can't reanimate, a dead. Endless Ranks is dead. I don't see why we wouldn't just toss in Rooftop Storm. I don't really want to add it because it feels lazy, but
Last night someone recommended Rooftop to be removed because of Urza's and Monument.
wait, someone recommended it needed to be removed
Because he has
like
cost reduction, I think he's saying.
oh yeah, maybe if you're trying to turbo combo, then Rooftop Storm's not the best, but if you're playing cards like Cemetery Reaper in your deck with that's you want to give your zombies +1/+1, then I think Rooftop Storm's amazing.
I mean, he said he's trying to Entomb and Demonic Tutor to find the Phyrexian Gravecrawler infinite.
Right.
I guess we are trying to make this a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the super chat, Squid. We are adding you in. Please send me your deck.
I think Drown in Dreams is our last cut, as we just basically add more zombies, honestly. Just get the zombie count high enough.
How about... Which one was bringing everything back? It wasn't Micaeus, but the other... Which one was...
Zombie Apocalypse? It's right here.
Yeah. Not that. There was one zombie that did a lot of work that was it was when something died, more zombies would come back, I think.
Oh, there was Headless Rider that was making zombie tokens when zombies died.
Someone says MDFC's Rock, Jadar, Ghoul Caller.
I think Stitcher Supplier is a really underrated little workhorse.
Yeah, Rooftop Storm is a bit meh unless you have tons of card draw, they say, but I think it really depends on how fast your games are going. It says, do you want that guy that makes tokens, different tokens, which goes infinite with Sack Outlet and will help?
I think he's in here. Or do you mean the other guy, the
guy who makes
puppeteer?
Tokens.
Well, it makes tokens, but the puppeteer guy, it's probably not worth it. if you're just gonna tutor for the Gravecrawler combo every time, I guess that's gonna be the best combo in here. Phyrexian Delver, can that do something?
Is Gary? Is Gary not in here?
Gary's not in here, but if you, again, I don't know how turbo combo you're trying to go. If you want to cut Rooftop Storm, maybe you should cut Gary. But in that case, I would recommend cutting a lot of these zombies. Because they're just not going to impact the game.
Thank you so much, Luke.
Go infinite.
We appreciate it.
We'll still add 2 more here. Shambling Gas could be alright. I appreciate the inclusion of Undead Butler. I do love Undead Butler a lot.
Maybe clones?
Maybe? This deck doesn't seem like a super clone-loving deck. Oh, Corpse Connoisseur. That could be good. Because it tutors. It comes with a free Entomb on it. I mean, it's a little pricey, but still does the job. Oh, you know what? Then actually, forget I said that because I'll just save you a mana, and we'll do Violent Tumor instead. It does Death Touch, and it's less mana.
Thank you so much. You can send it through my email or Discord. I will toss my email in the comments right now. So that might...
Who's going to be our last ad? I think something tricky like Rotting Rats could do work. It's like a little bit of disruption. It honestly will annoy everybody. You can pitch a card that you want to reanimate to Scarab God later. That feels good to me. Mia, who's our next deck?
1 second. It is Adam with... it is in here.
I think whoever was talking about that breath holding somehow cured my hiccups, and I'm not really sure how that works.
This is a $10 one?
Okay. Galadriel. This is like the shiniest thing I've ever seen. You know what? We might have to take a second and go into like my profile here to see if there's a way to have this freaking thing
He also says
default to my...
Tune up more interaction creatures, cut top deck for more efficient graveyard hate, and counter spell on creatures. Yes, thank you so much, Flack. You can send it to me. For the updated deck, you can go to NN Deck Audits on Moxfield, and your deck should be in there, so long as BZ actually made it listed.
I did. Mia's trying to mudsling.
No, I'm just...
tolerate
if anyone was here during the last one, we all know what BZ did.
We all know what Mia did. She was mudslinging the entire time.
Mudslinging implies that it's false.
Does it?
Or maybe.
Did you just make that up?
Yeah.
All right, so this card is like one of the new Lord of the Rings cards, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
So you add green, put a counter on your dudes, or scry 2 draw. All nice. And you said you wanted the free... He said he wanted the counterspell creatures, or he didn't want them?
He said he wanted more graveyard hate, counterspells on creatures, and taking out the top end for more, I think, synergy?
Okay, so counterspells on
it's like
creatures.
making it smoother.
I mean, that of course gives me one thing that comes to mind. But we'll look here and see what there is to see. Sprout Swarm, I'm not loving. Arachnogenesis, I'm also not loving. Let's get rid of the Genesis. Let's get rid of... No, Sprout Swarm, okay, that's got some synergy, because it just makes a ton of dudes. Song of Freyalise? Do you need Song of Freyalise when you also have Cryptolithrite and Elven Chorus? I would guess not. Primordial Mist. I remember reading this card forever ago. End step Manifest. And you exile a face-down permanent you control face up to play it this turn. What does that do for us? Do we have any face-down permanents besides this? We have a Whisperwood Elemental. I'm not seeing any other synergy. So I guess we have to cut Whisperwood Elemental and the Primordial Mist. Oops.
Yes,
Oh,
I
Field of
did just
Dead,
get
nice.
your Orvar deck.
How's our queue looking?
We have like 10-ish.
10-ish? Okay, we're making moves. We're making moves. So we do need to find another cut I think Whisperwood was definitely like it definitely needed to go. These making a card every upkeep are really silly with Galadriel.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
No, that's very similar too. That's basically another Tendershoot Dryad. Oh my god. Okay. So if you want counter spells on creatures, I mean, you gotta have Elendra. That's like absolutely made for this deck. It wants +1 counters and it counters stuff.
Yeah, the persist. That's really good. Let's see.
I'm gonna trim Selesnya Evangel as the last one. I haven't loved the speed at which that makes tokens. Although I'm just looking now, and I might add it because I really don't like Jade Mage. Jade Mage I think is too slow. So Evangel would be my next cut, but I think we need to just start adding cards. I mean, you want counter spells on creatures and a top end or some finishers, I think. So we want to go back to Bant, counter, type, creature.
O'Hare Talk is also being suggested.
Yeah, that feels like not super related because the commander doesn't make tokens at all. Just a lot of cards in the deck happen to make tokens, but not even that many. I don't.
No,
think.
don't send any links through the chat. Send your super chats through the stream, and then send it to me after you sent a super chat. Links for some reason don't work.
It's a little convoluted, but that's just kind of how YouTube wants it, I guess.
Yeah, I think they don't want spam.
Yeah, which is fair on them, but we have to work around it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't see links if you send them.
Defiler of Vigor could be an absolute house game ender. Let's add that. It makes all your mana dorks 0, and they Gavany Township your team.
Yeah, that's been really good in Elves, actually.
Okay. Phasing out, sure. I don't know how much.
Do you want more removal, or are we good?
We've got a lot. I think these cards are very sneaky. They will lock people out of the game for sure. I like them a lot. They're good.
You want like?
Oh, do we have any?
Azeri's Predation or something?
Winds of Abandon. And that's it. I guess these are kind of board dominators. Let's add another one. What do you want to add though?
I mean, as a board wipe, maybe Azeri's. If you want a bunch of creatures.
Sure.
Especially if they can come in with counters and stuff.
Yeah, why not? That won't trigger. Like when you play this card, they won't get counters or anything when they enter. That triggers after the spell resolves. So whatever beasts you have that survive, they will get bonuses and then trigger ETBs and stuff. I like the high creature count. I'm just not sure what are we lacking? We have a ton of ramp, just infinite ramp. Maybe just a little bit more of that Elendra spice, you know, the blue cards. Let's look up just blue cards with counters. Proliferating, we're not interested in that. Toothy just kills you. Oh man, does it dry up real quick?
It's the commander is Galadriel.
Commander is the new Galadriel, I think, or one of the 87 new ones that'll come out this winter. Here it is on screen one more time. We gotta move over and see if there's any cool blue. What's the spark double? Just like go off? Does that let us do cool things? We have a solid. I don't know. Spark double always seems like
someone
Windmore to me.
asks Deep Glow Skate.
That also seems a little bit Windmore-y to me.
Fairy Mole Drifter experience counter Azuri. The proliferate one, maybe. I think they're talking about that.
I mean, that's got potential for sure.
Fairy Mastermind.
Fairy Mastermind. What is that?
I
don't know if that does anything specific for us. It's kind of just a generic.
Do we need more card draw?
Maybe that's what we're missing. Like
we might need a little bit.
Like let's get a Shamanic Revelation in here. Let's make it so that we don't run out of cards. Do we have Inspiring Call? I'm sure we do. Yeah, I saw that. Maybe you just want the 4-mana doofus?
Yeah, be more specific than that.
Yeah, that's like
Beast Whisper?
the guy who's riding He's riding a freaking elephant, and he draws a card for each creature with a counter on it.
Oh.
I'm sure it's one of these cards here. Armorcraft Judge.
I was also thinking of what was it, Voice of Many? If you're gonna have so many creatures.
Yeah, this guy's got a little bit higher upside because Galadriel just triggers, and you just get to draw equal to your number creature count. I have not seen this card before, literally now.
It's really pretty.
And it's like the prettiest thing I've ever seen. How about we hop in to another deck?
Sure. He sent us another one. It's a $20.
Is it back to back?
Yeah. Thank you so much for the double super chats.
Double chatting it up.
Budget Asmore. 1 second. I just sent it to you. And it says $20. Oh no. It's a $20 one, so it's 10 adds and
10
cuts.
changes.
Budget Asmore deck. Discard synergies under $75 total. Win and ways to make it smoother is what he's looking for.
Win conditions. Smooth it out.
Under $75 total.
That probably won't be an issue. And then it is 10 changes. Again, I have to switch to visual grid. I don't know how to do that.
Someone said there's an advanced thing we can go to later. It's like a permanent setting. I saw it in the chat.
I'm sure I've done this before, but I just haven't done it in so long that I forgot about it.
We'll do it later. I could probably go in on my phone and...
So, Asmoranomardicadaistinacaldacar, 3/3 for nothing, but you can pay it for plastic for 1 if you discarded a card this turn, which is so easy to do. And it finds a cookbook. Oh, I see. This is your classic deck of like spin wheels forever, but how do I win? And I know, oh man, I almost want to fire up like the old Nitpicking Nerds Commander Cube.
Your preferred is visual deck. Visual grid, right? And then group by type, sort by name.
Oh, I guess I have Cube Cover. I kind of wanted Moxfield. There we go.
There we go. I saved it, so it comes up as visual grid now.
Because there was a bunch of... There was... I want to see what I put in like our madness theme here as ways to actually end the game. So like, ooh, is there no Shadowgrange Archfiend in here? Ooh, that card is so silly. I love that card. Anytime you can madness it, I would highly recommend this, and even I would recommend it in some decks that cannot madness it.
Is Academy Manufactor in here?
I mean... It's not. It could be. It's kind of useless without the cookbook.
Yeah, I am just reading the chats. The new life loss Akalotzel.
Oh, Bloodletter of Aklazotz?
Aklazotz, there we go. I can't speak.
How much life are we making them lose is the question. Some. Surely some. That's not the worst. Oh, we gotta cut cards as well. Faithless Looting and Blood for Bones can go. Change of Fortune. I've really never loved cards like this.
Yeah, because it's not like you're drawing cards.
And as much as I love the card Unearth, kind of it's just so replaceable. So we need to make 2 more cuts. Bitter Reunion's a cool one. Tectonic Reformation is funny. Brass's Tunnel Grinder. Oh man, so many words. Discard, draw, okay. And then it flips into... No, that card's great. Love it. Blood Fountain maybe could go. A little pricey.
Yeah.
To get your full value out of it.
Yeah, you have to wait a bit.
Sacrifice.
It's somewhat a Rakdos grave deck, right? Sir Conrad, Rakdos Feel the Pain is the way. Animate Dead World Gorger. I'm not sure if they're looking for...
I don't see Sir Conrad. Maybe a potential option because it works when you discard. I think that's maybe a way to go. Get him in there. Because now we have Sir Conrad. We have Faith of the Devoted, which is a little bit of dinging. Feast is a little bit. I wouldn't count it as a lot. But get this going. Now we need one more change.
Archfiend of Ifnir? I mean, that card's unfair.
Oh.
Take it.
Yeah, well, that card is unfair.
It's really so good.
It feels unfair, so we should probably play it.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that basically makes it so that your opponents don't have a board, period.
Do we have, like, Waste Knot and stuff?
You wouldn't want Waste Knot, right?
What?
Well, you wouldn't want Waste
Oh, yeah,
Knot.
no.
Oh, Rick's... Yeah, this guy's so begrudgingly playable. I always hesitate. Mastercore. I think Mastercore could go as our last cut.
Yeah, it's fine.
A little slow.
Oh, you love that one. You could cycle to pay and pay 2 life.
Dude, Tree Wraith is amazing, and anyone who tells me it's not amazing is just wrong. So I don't know what to tell you on that one.
Thank you so much, Pedro.
All right, so we need 2 more ads.
I will add you to the queue.
I want to make opponents lose life. Something
Is Bone Miser the self-waste knot?
Bone Miser is the self-waste knot. This deck doesn't have, like... It has some ways. It's clearly a discard deck. I don't know how much I would love Bone Miser in this deck. It's kind of silly with, like, Tortured Existence.
Thank you so much for rejoining the stream. Of course we can help you with your Sauron deck.
It should probably be in here. He kind of storms off, and you can do certain things with it.
Just, you know where to send it, so...
Lastly, I want some removal, though. What do we have in the cube? What have I been liking for removal? Let's go to the red cards. There is Volcanic or Violent Eruption. And it divides 4 damage for 3 mana. Do we have cards that are worse than that in here? Potentially.
Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely send your deck over. We would love to check it out. Guess we're looking at a couple Sauron decks right in a row.
Oh no, is that going to be our first duplicate?
I think so.
Unless they're different ones.
I mean, they're different, but I think one is
different Saurons.
One, maybe. We'll see.
We will see when we get
Someone
there.
said, "Oh, removal." I heard Soul Shatter is good.
Oh my god, Soul Shatter is good. Whoever said that must be me from another dimension. That's like seriously.
Easy too.
That's like exactly what I was thinking, and that totally fills a hole for like 3-for-1 badass removal spells. The next one would have been Curtain's Call. Curtain's Call also fantastic. Who we got next?
Right now, I will send it over. It is a Nekusar deck. No.
Yeah, we're gonna try to keep moving to get everybody's deck in on the stream.
It is from a different site though, so
A redacted site?
Yes, it is from a redacted
my
site.
eye's gonna bleed. Oh, look at that UI. That's
you
not
will
Maxfield.
live. You will live.
Oh God.
Somehow I think you will live, Buzzy.
Oh jeez. I think I will live because we're gonna export this thing. Let's see if that worked. This is our NN deck audits. This is. Alright, so let's try new deck. This is redacted.
Shouldn't you put
And
in?
does that work?
You should also put the commander's Nekusar.
We'll get to it. Ah! Oxfield's not happy. Okay, that is much more palatable. Oof. I almost had a heart attack. Do we know
So
what,
over dramatic for
is this
no
a
reason.
5 add 5 cut deal?
This is a 1 second.
Ooh, a lot of like attack deterrence in here, I see. Oh man.
Yeah. It is 5 add 5 cut.
I cannot condone playing Knights of Dol Amaroth. It totally works with the deck's theme, but
yeah, the last deck was supposed to have 10. I told you that in the beginning, right?
Did we? Let's see.
Did you? I'm looking at the chat. Yeah, we will look. Thank you so much. I am adding you to the queue with the Rograkh and Arden.
The last deck was. Oh my god, we literally just did this deck, but now it just blended in. It wasn't Scarab God. It wasn't Galadriel.
It was. You can look right here. It's Asmo.
Ah, Asmo. Oh god, what did I name it?
I don't. Gahiji Asmor.
Oh, there we go. Did I only do? I may have screwed up. I only did
You
5.
can look at the full history.
Yeah, looks like we only did 5. So we will
Add 5 more.
rectify that and switch 5 more.
And then we will go right back to the Nekusar one.
Yeah, we'll
Sorry
have
about that.
It's all good. Sometimes things slip through. Well, I'm really starting to look at Fane as not the most synergistic card. Farid, non-tokens, scrap, and then we sacrifice scrap. Is it supposed to be food leaving? I think it's a little too, like... Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels a little too off-brand. Squee? How do you feel about Squee in the discard decks?
I don't think it's great, honestly. I haven't really loved it. Thank you so much, Jairus. I think we should close queue for now.
Yeah, so Mia's going to work on closing down the queue for now, not forever. Just a quick little... So we can get updated. I don't want anybody to miss out. So just so...
Send over the deck lists.
Mm-hmm.
I am looking for...
And I'll be right back.
Thank you so much. I am looking for Dixon's, Viashno, and Jairus's right now. But I see a couple in here. So the team reday was case. Sorry about this. Switch. Yeah, we might open them later. We just really want to make sure everyone gets theirs. Last time we got 31 done in about 4.5 hours or so. So we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We do have like 15 at the moment. So I do want to just make sure we can get to everybody's. Yeah, I just got yours, so you're added to the queue. Thank you so much.
Coming?
Yeah, we did 31. That was...
We got a Stinky.
Oh, we have Amber here.
We have one Stinky Amber.
Hi, Stinky.
We
We
just
love
wanted to hang
you.
out so bad. You want to angle the camera down so they can
Yeah,
look
can
Stinky?
Can we get some love for Amber in the chat? Who's actually come on, dummy.
The love of my the light of my life. The love of all the Nerds fans. She's just too cute.
Hi, Eric. Thank you so much for joining. This Amber is
Your
right
generosity and getting us past 69 likes has summoned Amber, who loves all of you and is the channel mascot, along with Miso.
We love Amber.
Okay. You need to make...
Okay, stop running around, please.
Okay, Amber, settle down.
God.
Calm yourself.
Oh, her tail's right in front of it. 1 second.
That's not that big of a deal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, that should be good.
Oh, Faithful Showdown is the card I was looking at and hope kind of wishing
The queue is closed for right now.
We have to temporarily close it while we catch up, just so nobody gets buried in it, and we can make sure that we can actually deliver on all of these. So we're going to do that, and then we will reopen it in a little bit, actually. So we're doing one more cut. Oh, this one. I remember this card, and I remember not loving it. Let me read it again. ETB, get 3 bloods. Bloods are equipment. Yeah, I don't think that is necessary. I don't want to really pay 3 for 3 blood. Oh, hi, Amber.
Excuse me, Stinky.
A little saucy today, aren't we? She's still a little weirded out by this room. Oh, you know what you really want? Lethal Scheme is going to be bananas in here. The Convoke, the Quadruple Connive. It just goes off. It just lets you do everything. And then you pair it with like Bone Miser and Archfiend and even Sir Conrad, and the game's just over. The game is just over at that point.
Bless you.
Oh my goodness. How are we looking on the camera angle? Did Amber screw it up?
I mean, it's fine.
We're good?
You can. It's pretty. Also, not sure how we send it. It's a list public. If I need to send a link, you can send me the direct link via email or Discord.
All right. We do.
I can send. I will post my email in the chat again.
Oni Cult might be too cute. It feels more like an artifact type sack thing, which we're not necessarily doing. Like, the cookbook makes food, but it's not like we're going to have the cookbook out for the entire game. If it dies, it's gone. We can't get it back. I mean, maybe that's what Mirror Retriever's for. I don't even like Mirror Retriever that much, but we do have our 5 cuts, so we need to make 5 ads now.
Moxfield would be preferred, however, we can copy from Redacted and export it over.
Moxfield is so heavily preferred, I can't even, like, begin to tell you. I will whine and complain if it's a Redacted website.
Obnoxious man.
Alright.
Collector's Vault, someone says, is this whole video a Moxfield ad? I mean, if Beezy's talking about it, yeah.
If I'm sitting down, there might be a lot of...
Says Crux is huge here, so you can use your graveyard turn. Anya is a Ravager, Big Game Hunter, and Hellmongrel and stuff.
We have Big Game. I just added Bergie, because the backside is a sweet discard outlet. Yeah, Rankle and Waste Not, useless. Can you think of anything that I'm leaving out?
Sorry, I've been keeping track of Q. What are you looking for in particular?
Yeah, I just was kind of going on what you were thinking here. These red decks are these madness decks are so tricky because they don't have like guaranteed ways to win. I kind of want to like. I think this card is very funny with discards. Bladewing Deathless Tyrant. It's just huge and it hits for a bunch, and it makes a million tokens that have menace. So that could be a way to close. It totally synergizes with your like dumping creatures in the graveyard theme. But I did say for removal I wanted to add Curtain's Call, and I almost forgot about it. But here it is. But now I think we got a removal.
Yes, you do need to super chat for deck advice. However, the queue is closed at the moment because we just want to make sure we get to everybody's.
Right, so we are catching up.
What's our opinion on Scourge Familiar?
I just feel like we have so many 5-drops already. We have 1, 2, 3.
It says
4.
the win condition is always World Gorge with Animate Dead, Necromancy, and some infinite mana loop or Revolutionist in an instant.
This deck is different. This ain't your mama's red black madness.
Prosper, someone said.
Okay, how many madness we got? 1, 2, 3, I think. That could be the move. Let me reread Prosper. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, I don't think there's enough. There might not be enough. Hey Amber, you wanna come back?
Yummy, not stinky?
Oh, she can't help that.
She is so smelly.
She is permanently stinky.
Yeah.
Perma-stink. I think Brawlin was already in the deck if I saw correct. Yep, there it is. Ah! Is there any other madness stuff we're missing? Oh, Curse of Fool's Wisdom. Yeah. That's a way to kill, like, you kind of bully someone out, but it is I think, a valid win condition. It's kind of like you just enchant somebody with Shield Red, and that'll kill them.
The queue is
eventually.
like 15 or 16 people, roughly. I'd say that's about...
Solid queue.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for donating. We might open up depending on how fast these go, but right now you have to go to the Nekusar deck. Once you're done. Yes? Remember, you forgot 5 cuts in this, and then when you were done with that...
I thought you meant like I had to do it right now.
Oh,
like,
no. I'm just saying, like,
queue,
after...
right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how many is in the queue. So, after the Nekusar, I think there's 15 or 16.
Sheesh.
I will send a Discord invite to the chat, so if you would like to join, feel free to join there. However, if I have all the decks accounted for at the moment in the queue, so but in the future, if you do want to send them, please send them directly to me. Here is the Discord invite if you'd like to join.
Oh, there was a card from Lord of the Rings. It was like Moria something. Scavenger? This guy, he just rummages. And he makes orcs. And he's got Death Touch, and he seems pretty sweet. He's like a little Anya. So that'll be our last ad. Sorry we forgot those cuts. Glad that's done now, though. So we're back to Redacted. The Redacted Nitpicking Nerds deck thing here. I just got to write that it's an actual audit. Okay. So I see a lot of, like, combat deterrence, and I wanted to cut knights for sure. It's synergized with the deck, but it's just too low power. It doesn't have any abilities. We need abilities. I'm really skeptical of Guard Gombazoa and Fogbank. I get what they do. They sort of like deter attacks a little bit, but I don't think they deter it enough. And this deck actually has a solid amount of creatures. This was a 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You draw 2 and each opponent discards 2. That seems a little pricey when we're going to just kind of make everybody wheel anyway. And I think Foresee is also a little pricey. Those are the ones that stand out the most. Obviously, like, upgrade cancel when you can. Opt can probably be turned into a different spell.
Someone says Days Undoing doesn't work with Nekusar.
Is it in here? It does not work with Nekusar because it ends the turn. So let's just get one of those other cards back in. That is a very good spot.
Hi, Stinky. Amber's back.
Hi, little lady. Honestly, 4C, we'll just bring it back. Welcome back, 4C. Okay, yeah, good call on the Days Undoing not working. Hi, sweetie. You're so cute. Are you proud of the chat for giving us a 69 likes? Well, what's that? You think 169 would be even funnier? Well, you know, they'll try. They're only human. They'll do their best for you, Amber. You heard the little lady.
Yeah, she's such a sweetie.
Sky searching.
You will send them to my email when the queue opens. Please don't send them at the moment because you'll have to resend them once you send the super chats because queue is closed.
Right,
I will put my email in the chat, and when queue is back open, and we will also have the graphic with prices up when queue is back open.
Right. So, Mia, this is all you, basically.
What?
Right? Like, you just play Nekusar all day, every
Oh,
day.
I love Nekusar.
So what would you add to this?
Oh my god. Amber, please move your butt. Move your butt, Amber. Hey, move your face. One of them I really like is the artifacts like Temple Bell and Howling Mine.
Those are good.
And all of those, really. I really like, let's see, Forced Fruition is a really good one. You have Butt Cheek Boy, which I really liked. I might change your removal a little bit. I think like, Mana Leak's not the greatest counterspell. I love Underworld Dreams. I love, let's see.
Who's the hag?
I love stuff that introduces the Monarch. That's pretty fun.
You like the hag. What's her name?
Oh, that's Fate Unraveler.
Fate Unraveler. She dings your opponents whenever they draw.
That's spicy.
Kind of like a
I
mini
also
Nekusar.
love clone effects in these too. I think it's really fun to just clone your Fate Unraveler or something else. Psychosis Color is really, really good.
How about we split the difference and play a clone that isn't a clone? We'll play Glasspool Mimic.
Sure.
So if you need it as a land drop, great. And it'll help you flood less or get screwed less. But if you're ahead and you happen to draw this and you don't need a land, it's also your best creature. You can stick the nail in even more. We need another ad, though.
I mean, Fairy Mastermind might not be bad. I know it's a really pricey ad, but if you have the budget, Children of the Apocalypse has been an amazing ad for my deck.
I mean, what we just were talking about a budget. You could play
Peer into the Abyss is
Curse
a one-hit kill, basically.
Curse of Fool's Wisdom you could play if you wanted to instead. Dragon Mage is one I would cut also next time you get the chance. Maybe we need another wheel to replace the Days Undoing, or another way to draw a million cards. But then again,
Magus of the Wheel isn't bad.
That's fine. Oh, here he is.
Yeah.
Does it actually have Windfall in it? It does.
It does have Windfall. Wheel of Misfortune.
Reforge the Soul. There we go. That is a miracle type wheel, and it's not that expensive. So that's probably what I do to start. Just keep in mind everything we said, though. It's not just the cards that we cut. We did mention some other things that probably could go when you get the feeling like you want to upgrade this deck some more. All right, let's keep going.
Okay, I'm sending you the link now. I have a little bit of a blurb here.
I love a blurb.
So this is, let's see. Whoops, wrong one. Hold on.
This is the wrong one.
I think that's later in the queue, though.
It's coming.
This is the right one right now.
That was but a taste. Ooh, this is the Go-Shintai.
And so this one says...
Yeah, read us that blurb.
Just a heads up, the gods are a payoff for World Tree. I have had a few games where I could activate it, but I had no payoff. Perforos, Ogem, and Heliod is huge damage.
Alright, Perforos who? Perforos, Heliod, and who?
It said Ojeb, but
Probably O'Hare,
yeah.
because that would bump it up to... Oh my god, yeah, that's...
Yeah. Queue's closed, but we will let you know when we open it.
Yep, we are reviewing some decks right now.
Yeah, Garth is next after this one.
So, it reanimates enchantments. Why is Tiller Engine in here? Whenever Elander's tapped, you can untap... I mean, maybe let's just check the mana base. Is it just infinite tap lands? It is infinite tap lands. And it's Mazes End, and it's Field of What is going on?
So you're looking for that sweet Mazes
Shrine,
End.
Field of the Dead, Mazes End? Whew! How do you have room for all this spice? This is a 5-er, right? Five changes? Yes. Oh my god. I mean, are we allowed to cut any of these shrines? Is it just a must add? Because if that's the case, this deck only has like 20 cards in it. Like, if we can't cut any of this...
I mean, do we want like Propaganda and Ghostly Prison? We usually don't like those, so...
Sure, let's get rid of them. We're going to have extra enchantments anyway, right?
I love the Sterling Grove.
Because this thing...
Aura Shards would be... Is that creature or is that artifact or enchantment? I forget.
Which one?
Aura Shards?
Aura Shards, when creatures enter, destroys artifacts or enchantments. But this says whenever shrines enter, you get 1/1s that also would just blow stuff up. So that's something to consider.
Yeah, maybe. Depends on your... like.
What's up with Ren and 7 here? What are they doing?
For lands? Maybe? Oh, no, that's Ren and Realm Breaker. I'm thinking.
Is that just for, like, gates? I think that could go. I don't think that would see play in the Gates deck, so I think in like this weird hybrid version, we also don't need it. This deck is such a meme.
I like these decks, though. They're really fun. Do you want Merkle?
So when your shrines die, you get just the same card.
Someone says the Orzhov Experience Enchantment guy will be probably very good in here.
Oh, Daxos? Daxos would be cute. I'm trying... This is like such a weird deck. It's so weird. It's so weird. Do you even... I'm questioning, do we even want Skyshroud Claim?
Probably not. How many forests do you have?
So there's like... Oh, maybe you have one of each shock just for that card? That's what it looks like. Yeah, there's Breeding Pool.
I mean, plus there's also... I don't know. I would probably rather find something that says land. How about... What's the... Was it Expedition map? Would that be... they have it.
They got all the tutors, pretty much. This is like... Good lord.
Maybe need more protection?
It's tough because there's so many game plans, so there's like literally...
Someone says...
almost zero room.
Spelunking and Starfield of Nyx, maybe?
Spelunking, isn't that is that an Explore card?
I'm just telling you what they say.
And I'm responding to them.
Hey, you gonna be stinky? You gonna be sweet. I will point the camera down to the amber cam. Maybe they'll see it. Maybe
Spelunking is draw, then put a land out. Caves. Oh, and lands enter untapped. That's a cool one. I like that a lot. Let's just cut Skyshroud Claim for it. I don't know if I necessarily recommend this, but there is almost 0.0 wiggle room in this list. We got to cut something. I would also cut Sphere of Safety. I just don't think these cards are that high impact. They can totally save you for sure.
Paradox saves?
It gives you extra upkeeps for all the shrines.
Oh yeah, that's
good. That's when they trigger.
Those
are we cut though. We got the cuts done.
Yeah.
We just need to find adds, and I think this deck has almost no removal.
Yeah.
Like at all. So all the adds should probably be removal. I see Gates Ablaze.
I was also thinking maybe if you want to get like a Zuza in there to like play additional lands or something, might be.
I think this deck just can't interact. I see Gates Ablaze.
You have
2 counter spells.
Yeah. Maybe want a couple counters and then a couple like destroy permanents and stuff.
Yeah, we should basically just be going for like all removies.
Someone says tempt with discovery, but yeah, I think we need removal.
Yeah, the deck will do stuff. I don't think this deck can defend against...
Blood Funnel is great with tokens, they say.
It's probably great, but we're going to just add some removal. So now that's the question too is, you mentioned Aura Shards. I like that one. That's an enchantment. That makes sense. So other removal...
Amber is giving the biggest purrs right now. She is rumbling so much.
She's causing an earthquake. So if the camera starts shaking, you know why. Can we get any synergy with the enchantments, perhaps? Obviously, Aura Shards is in there. Aura of Silence could be...
I mean, you love that card.
Binding. I think Binding is like some flavorful removal. And it comes back, right? It puts itself in the graveyard. And then
Oh, you know I love a good farewell.
I don't think we necessarily...
But I don't think it's...
Well, maybe...
It's definitely not bad. I mean, it's
something to consider. This
you
deck
could
needs...
choose everything except enchantments and leave all your stuff.
This
But
deck does have 0 board wipes. But this seems like a deck that would not choose... No, you could still get a pretty good farewell out of choosing creatures, artifacts. That could...
Meat Hook, they say.
Vanquish
the Horde. We are not taking deck submissions right now. We will tell you when it opens up again.
Right. It is currently closed just because we have a lot of people in the queue. We want to get to everybody before we keep moving. Elspeth Conquers Death, and then you said...
Meat Hook?
Yeah, let's do that. That's like a very... It keeps your enchantment count high.
They said you added Binding of the Titans, not Binding of the Old Gods.
Oh, God. What did I do?
Added Binding of the Titans, not Binding of
Yeah,
the
but
Old
I don't remember
Gods.
which one that is. Oh, here it is.
Imagine not being able to read. Couldn't be me.
Oh, it's Binding the Old Gods. Not Binding of the Old Gods. Okay.
Aren't the Shrines legendary? Phyrexian Rebirth might be very good if you have lots of indestructible creatures. I'm not sure if we... Extinguish All Hope, Urza's Ruinous Blast. Aren't the Shrines legendary?
The Shrines are legendary. Urza's Ruinous Blast might be good. Tell you what.
Amber Quakes. Yeah, Amber is chin on the ground or chin on the desk, just purring up a storm here.
She is like in heaven. All right, let's go to the next one.
Okay, that is the Garth deck.
That is the Garth deck. Okay. I closed it out just to not confuse myself, but it's back, baby.
It says it's a $10 one. It's an attraction deck. The only request is that Platinum Angel stays in and the land base stays the same.
So the land base is not being altered.
Goodbye, Amber.
And Platinum Angel stays in the deck. And also,
It's attractions.
it's attractions. I think looking at this deck, good luck having any idea what any of these cards do. This is a very confusing deck to look at.
What are attractions come in as? Artifacts?
They enter as artifacts.
Okay. Maybe we could get some payoff for artifacts. Do
Right.
they ever leave?
Oh, and Door to Nothingness is in here.
Oh, I love it.
Do you want Nettle Cyst and Door to Nothingness, though? So what are our creatures that we want to pump with Nettle Cyst? Is it just generic? Like, it's a big creature, so that'll make us happy?
Yeah. If we can't change the land base and we are doing 5 colors, I would wonder if you wanted to maybe put in some treasure production. That way you could always get your colors if that's what you were hurting on.
Oh, I'm sure this deck's fine with colors. It's got a bunch of rainbow lands in it. They're tapped, but like it's slow,
That's
but
fair.
you'll get there. Oh, you're gonna have to help me though. I mean, it's okay. So in Wooburg, right? We can
Yes.
cut artifact.
Just for straight up ramp.
I think so. How much random artifact synergy is there? I want to just make sure, but like this thing taps untapped non-token. We're making. I really don't think we want those. There might be other artifacts or something that does it.
Yeah.
But off the top of my head, I would cut those.
He's in the
signets.
chat right now, so if we have any questions, we could just straight up ask.
Yeah, that is. It is
Propaganda.
tricky sometimes.
Yeah, we're not big propaganda
Yeah,
fans.
let's give it the axe. The boot. Maybe even Cloud Shift. It only works with, like.
Urza's quite the mechanic.
Well,
Tap your Platinum Angel.
Yeah, I guess it does reset Garth, and it like.
Most of the win cons revolve around artifact sun
Sun?
synergies.
Oh.
So maybe you should re-add those in.
I'm looking at them. This could make them 4/4s. This can copy them. There's a few.
I mean, I'm really loving the what's it called?
I'm wondering why the mix between hard ramp and like artifact ramp. Feels like I would want one or the other.
I think attractions are cool, and the fact that you have cranial plating is pretty nice. But do attractions ever die or no?
So we'll just go they can, yeah, to anything that hits artifacts. We'll go the flavor route then, and we'll add the artifacts back, and we'll cut the regular ramp. That could also be correct. It's probably.
Cloud Key, someone said.
So we want. What do we have? Wayfarer's Bauble, Felwar Stone, Arcane Signet. Somebody said what now?
The attractions are the artifacts I'd be tapping. Cyberdrive is a finisher, animates the rides as creatures.
Yeah. It takes the ride to your opponent.
It's pretty funny.
You were saying something about an ad?
Bro, I don't know. Curse of Opulence as an ad, they said.
Maybe. It doesn't jump out. It doesn't jump off the page. This deck is definitely out there.
I don't know. I really like... Is there anything that's like when artifacts enter, you get... Can we get any sort of like... Amber, please.
When artifacts enter, they do stuff?
Like deal damage or something?
Hi, Amber. Hello. Yes, hello.
Or maybe a souped up more version of like the Goblin Bombardment sack an artifact or creature to deal 1, you know? Something like that. You're so stinky, Amber.
You thinking like a Reckless Fireweaver type thing?
It could help whittle people down.
Yeah, it could. We could do like... Sheesh. So much dice rolling too.
Stop! No!
She's very, very bizarre, that woman. That Amber of ours.
Oh, we have a Garth right after this too. That's interesting.
Oh, our first duplicate's going to be Garth. 2 eyes. He's got 2 eyes after all. I kind of like Thought Monitor. It's cheap enough. You can flicker it with your flicker cards.
Do we want like Baleful Strix then?
And it wears, maybe because it wears, I'm thinking it wears these equipments pretty well. Otherwise, they're not doing too much. So yeah, sure. Let's get Baleful Strix in here. That actually fills in a little bit of the propaganda role, and it like gums up the board early. It's another creature to Soul Herder.
I'm gonna let her out. Goodbye, Amber.
Goodbye, Amber.
Say bye to Amber, everyone.
Everyone in chat saying goodbye to Amber, and we're closing in on 200 viewers, which is very close to our all-time high of 204. If we can crack that, Amber will be very proud. Also closing in on 169 likes.
Have a good one.
That would be cool. Oh my god.
What?
It's just this is such a goofy deck. I like those ads though. We got to maybe get some more just removal in. Or you know, we were just saying, you were just mentioning maybe some Reckless Fireweaver stuff.
Yeah, if you're getting in so many artifacts.
Oh, how about Whirler Rogue?
Someone says Joyra for card draw.
Maybe we did just add some card draw though. Whirler Rogue's funny because you can tap your attractions to make all your stuff unblockable, and that works with Nettlecyst and stuff too.
Shimmer Dragon is a good one with few attractions. The chat says.
It is. Maybe we'll just have that be our last ad because that's exactly what I was just saying with Whirler Rogue, except cards, and it's unkillable because it's hexproof. I'd say that's a great success. And we can go to our second Garth deck now.
Perfect.
This is probably not going to be an attractions deck.
This is a $10 one, so 5 changes.
Okay. Is this the Great-Hearted one?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to just call this Garth number 2. First duplicate. That's not a bad thing. It's just funny. Oh boy. I already look at this deck and I see 7 creatures in it. And they are the most motley assortment of creatures.
This is funny,
This
though.
is a ragtag bunch of heroes.
So we're mostly going for sorceries. We're going for...
Oh my god. So there's ramp. Are there combos in here? Guys, Blessing always makes me think of combos. Or like you're trying to draw yourself out or something. Harmless Offering.
So what are we trying to give away? Maybe an enchantment or something if we scroll down?
Our Black Lotus? We could give away our Black Lotus.
Why though? I think maybe there's like different ones like bad enchantments. That's what I used harmless, like Demonic Pact. That's what you're giving away.
Yeah, this card sucks, right? This is exile all the cards too. So you're giving away trash.
That's why. Okay.
We have the trash and we're gonna give it away, and then you're gonna lose the game. I now understand. Can you make sense of some of these instants though? I feel like that's might be what could be upgraded. I'm not a fan of Blacksmith's Skill or Tamio's Safekeeping when we're just playing blue.
Yeah, I would rather just...
They're like functionally identical to counter spells. Like, let's just throw in an offer you can't refuse.
This is a deck for tragic arrogance.
Is it?
Is it?
It might not be. We want to stick multiple
Nefarious
enchantments.
Lich. I had a deck that was kind of like this. You have Illusions of Grandeur. Do you not want Illusions of Mediocrity too?
Is it delusions or
Delusions.
illusions?
Sorry. I can't read.
That's a known fact. That one's a lot worse. It's only 10 life.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Like,
Yeah,
usually it's one in both at the same.
Well,
Form
even
of
if
the
you-
Dragon's pretty interesting. I think it's pretty funny.
That feels right on like,
I think it's really funny.
if it actually works. Oh no, it's better than I thought actually, because it says at the end of each turn your life total becomes 5. So as soon as you pass, if they can't stop it right away, oops, they're at 5. Good luck lava axing something. No one cares. You're gonna die.
Someone says Hero Convention is better than Counterspell, more selfish protection.
I don't know if I would say that is true, but I mean it saves your creatures maybe more percentage of the time. No, I don't even know if that's true. It's different. There are things that Heroic Intervention can save you from that Counterspell can't save you from, and I think vice versa is also true, but there's a lot more of those.
So what other like chaos stuff did I have? I used to do a lot of things with chaos that with like Fevered Suspicion to make them exile their deck, and then also like Tasha's Hideous Laughter was in there too. Harmless Offering to give away the form, the mediocrity, delusions, lich.
You might want to move your mic over.
There was another black enchantment I had in like a chaos.
Holy crap, this deck has at least 7 board wipes in it. What is... Oh, what? Whew. I would say we're going to make 2 more cuts. I think I figured out what they are. I don't think we need that many. I think this deck needs card draw. So, Mia, I might recruit you to draw some cards while I cut Promise of Loyalty and the other one.
1 second, I'm looking something up. I'm looking for more win cons.
Oh, we got win cons. We need card draw. This deck can't find any of them. Painful Troops, I think, is fine.
Do we want like Rhystic Buddy, Rhystic Study? Hey, Chris, good to see you.
Let's try to draw multiple cards.
Well, we have 7 creatures total. We're not skull clamping.
We are not skull clamping.
Frantic Search isn't the worst.
That's not card draw, though.
Yeah.
I want to go up cards.
Molly D.
Muldrifter. Sheesh. None of these are right for this deck. Basically, just none of them. We got a weird. This might be as weird as the contraption deck. Almost none of these make any sense in this deck because they all kind of want some level of synergy.
Zedru, if you give stuff away, is card draw. And
Yeah,
then
Zedru
also
does draw
Stinging
cards.
Study, Play Windfall, Archmage Emirius.
Whoever said Stinging Study, I love you. That is perfect.
Opinion as Megatron the Tyrant.
Well, I'll see what it does.
Stinging Study is Garth One-Eye.
Megatron Tyrant. Buckle up, folks. 6 mana, 7/5. Your opponents can't cast spells during combat. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, you can convert them. And if you do, you add Wingding for each 1 life your opponent's lost this turn. And on the backside, he's a 4/5 vehicle. When he attacks, you can sacrifice another artifact. When you deal damage, you can sacrifice the artifact's mana value to target creature.
This is a lot.
Effects damage will be dealt instead. Okay, that's just too much, and none of that sounded like giving away enchantments.
I think they just asked how was it.
Oh, well, I
Easy
guess
also can't read.
I read it for you. I would look to cut Gaia's Blessing and Regrowth as you upgrade this deck over time.
Also, are you okay with Pips on Ruinous Ultimatum? I found in 5 color it's a little bit hard to get sometimes.
They seem mostly equipped. There's a random Reliquary Tower, but I've had to do that in my 5
Well,
color
I'm just
deck.
seeing the fact that there are a lot of basics too. 2, 4,
there's
5,
like-
6.
Yeah.
9,
You do have...
13 basics over 37 lands, and
You might want
Ruinous-
the World Tree. That'll fix you, because you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, at least 13 lands that cannot produce any mana.
yeah, Trickster's God Heist is
For that
really
spell?
cool too.
That'll be our last one. Trickster Gods. There he is. The Trickster Gods Heist. I am going to go to the bathroom, and
Okay.
then I will hand Mia the computer.
I'm going to be looking for the next one. I am going to be looking for beesies, so I'm sending that over. This one right now is Colton, and we are going to be doing your, let's see, dinosaur typal theme. Yeah, it is closed right now. We are queue's closed. We are slowly working through everyone's decks. We just want to make sure we get through all of these before we open them up. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 12 in queue right now, so we just want to make sure everyone gets theirs beforehand. Well, it was a 5-color deck, so we don't... Sometimes putting in Field of the Dead is a little bit tough if we're trying to get all those pips. Yeah, BZ's got a little bit sick at the moment, unfortunately. And yeah, Heist is a lot of fun. I think I have that in John Arenicus. That's a $20 deck, but it's super fun. Yeah, yeah. You almost done, B?
Yeah.
We will tell you how to submit when submissions are open up again.
Yes, people have already submitted, and that's what we are doing right now. And I am a little sick, and I hate it.
In Discord.
I talked myself from the last stream into being sick, I feel like. So this is the result of that, unfortunately. Hopefully it doesn't cascade.
This says, no budget, no restrictions, primarily dinosaurs theme. He wants the deck to be faster, but doesn't have a preference for which theme it goes in. I only want you guys to have fun and tell me how much of a bad deck builder I am.
Okay, well, we're going to make fun of you.
Thank you so much for supporting us.
The following is not our actual
it.
opinions. It is...
Thank you for joining, everyone.
It is hatred, and vitriol that has been demanded. So as soon as I see something I disagree with, I will...
Awful.
Are you kidding me? Arcane Signet in a green deck? You've got to be out of your mind.
And the specific power level has to do with the deck themselves. For instance, if we're seeing a lot of tutors and stuff, we're going to know it's a high power, and we're not going to be suggesting lower power stuff. And vice versa, if we see something that's like particularly janky, we're not going to be suggesting super high power things like stacks pieces or things like that.
Is this a 5-er?
Be as toxic as you want, BZ. You're on the internet. No one can stop you.
Yeah, no one can hear me scream.
And also he went, sorry.
Is this a 5? 5 cuts?
Yes, this is a 5 cuts.
All right. I hate Descendants Path. Honestly, I'll just talk unfiltered. I think there's a chance that it cheats mana value. You have to cheat more than 3.
Not a big fan.
For it to be worth it. And then I think you have to cheat it again for it to be like card advantage. There's only a 29% chance in this deck that you even hit anything, which feels pretty low to me. So I'm going to get rid of it.
What's the creature count on this?
It is 29 dinosaurs and 2 or 3 others.
Okay. How about someone says new precon dinosaurs?
Yeah, those could be. I mean, I see Galta in here, so
yeah, new Galta is really
some
nice.
consideration. There's Polani's Hatcher. There's like no 2-drops. I only see 2.
We don't want to even out that curve a little.
Yeah, I think this deck at least needs Nature's Lore.
Arcane Signet is more susceptible to removal because there's more artifact hate than land hate. So if you're going to have green in your deck, it's easier to ramp with lands. Apparently Hunting Raptors is pretty good for the dino.
Okay, let's see.
Pantlaza.
Dinosaurs have Prowl 3. That'll help with your average mana value of 9,000. I have not liked Trapjaw Tyrant a lot. Oh, you know what? I really don't like Temple Altasaur much at all. That is weird because that one feels like it actually doesn't help you get enraged because it like prevents the damage. We kind of don't want to prevent the damage. So let's get rid of Trapjaw as well, unless I somehow get desperate for dinosaurs. But there's 300 here that all cost 7 or more.
7 billion.
Sheesh.
And do you have cost reduction? No, you don't have cost reduction artifacts or anything, so.
We need one more cut, and then maybe we should add Urza's Incubator. Was that a budget restriction or no? Because if that's an option, I'm doing it.
He says no budget and no restrictions with primarily dinosaurs, so.
All right, I think you really
need Urza's Incubator.
You're going to be happy whenever that's out. It makes your uncastable cards castable.
Just a little more castable.
There's a couple humans that make your dinosaurs cost less.
How about, if we're casting more creatures, do we want something like, was it Guardian Project, or is that the one? No, it might be,
Like
I
Odovac
haven't-
Huntmaster might be the move. I'm hesitant to put not a dinosaur in this deck,
Yeah, that's fair.
but it's an early drop that I feel like you need it a little bit. Oh, this is a dinosaur dragon? That's cool. I never really paid attention to the artwork. This impulse draws you.
Flaming Tyrannosaurus is cool.
Flaming, huh?
Belligerent Yearling.
Oh god, but this is another 7-drop.
Yeah, how about Belligerent Yearling?
I think that's the 3/2. Yeah, this is
That's a 2-drop.
This is very vanilla. Doesn't get me too excited.
Sunbird's Invocation.
That's flavorful. I think I want this Huntmaster. And then maybe we'll find another dinosaur. Let's go type dinosaur.
We need more cost reductions. Maybe you can sort it by mana value.
We could, but that might give us some duds. Oh, white, green, red. There we go.
Elves for Rampant. No, we're trying to keep it to be dinosaurs.
Yeah, Elves for Ramp, totally. Like that's the way you could go. I think maybe this person doesn't want to do that. Just from what I've seen. Yeah, I always remember dinosaurs kind of stink.
Anything from the new ones though? I mean, we just had a bunch of new well, not a bunch, but the pre-con had some sick stuff.
We just have like 87 filters. Okay.
How about that one? Wasn't Wrathful Raptors good, or is that bad?
Oh, this is the
That's
one that
pretty
like when your
sick.
dinosaurs get hit, they hit back. Okay. You know, it doesn't cost 1,000. There's actually almost
Costs 1,000 minus a few.
right, exactly. And this was a 5-er.
Yeah. Marauding Raptor apparently is cost reduction.
We still need one more. That's already in here.
Yeah.
So we need one more add and one more cut.
Hulking Raptor apparently makes 2 green on main phase 1. Wasn't that the one that you just saw in?
That is the one that
Draft.
actually ramps. Yeah. Okay. This is your Ixalan update, I guess. Here he is.
In one cut?
We need to make one.
Do we
cut.
like the T-Rex? Do we care about poison?
Oh, probably not. That
It's a
seems like
Phyrexian dinosaur, but
it really hurts our dino count, but you know, we're down to 28. I think we started at 29, so that's totally fair. Cool. I like that you're eating vampires. Are you only going to play this deck against other vampire decks? Is Gishath really $30 still? That's kind of nutty. Like, there's no way, right? Yeah, it's like $10. Okay.
Yeah.
Who is next?
This one is next. And it says $10 and it has a $50 restriction.
So 5 adds, 5 cuts, and a $50 restriction that we most likely will not meet. This looks like a butts deck. Heavy butts.
Butts matter.
Butts matters. I like this a lot. I was toying around with a budget-esque butts matter deck, and I could not get it to work. But I'll see if I can offer any of my wisdom for this deck. I love Meekstone. That just kind of locks everybody out. I was not too happy with behind the scenes.
I love Stone Skin's really funny.
It's funny, and it probably should go, right?
Yeah. 3 mana for a flash. I mean, is it really mattering that much?
Especially since neither of our commanders gives the butt text. We're gonna have the butt text, but that does actual nothing. This is funny. You could have gone so many different ways. There's Ikra Shadiki and there's also Prava, which all of these make Abzan combinations and can work on toughness stuff.
Yeah, Kolfner's in here.
Okay,
Bob's in
Watley.
here.
This deck has assault formation's very good. Some decent. I don't
don't like
get,
Hunter's Insight.
Ooh, yeah. Especially since we're toughness. So if we don't have, God forbid we don't have one of our butt multipliers, then we're not drawing any cards. So I like that cut a lot. How do you feel about Varagoth? I've never been
Not a big fan.
super happy with him. Birds of Paradise, okay. Belligerent Brontodon. This is starting to make me wonder how many actual butt flippers do we have? We have 1. I'm going to count this as 2 because it's a tutor. 3, 4, 5. Ooh, yikes. Tangling, or I'll probably cut. 5, 6, 7. So enough. Amber's like meowing outside like a
She
clown.
looks like Yowl when she doesn't like know where we are, even though we'll be like right next to her.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this Tangle Angler. Even flipping it, you get a 5/5 infect, but you still have to hit twice, and it still only kills 1 person. Feels like a lot of effort. I'll probably always cut Fell the Mighty. A board wipe that can be fizzled with instant speed removal is just can be so savage.
Yeah.
Especially if you play against stuff like Snuff Out and Lethal Scheme that they can cast for free. Super brutal. Nobody wants that to happen to them.
Is Toski in here?
I'm gonna cut this Surge too. I don't get this card.
Hold on. Do we have more cuts or no?
We have that was our last cut.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, Toski's in here, and I'm not a fan.
Well, we're trying to hit people because
yeah.
I mean, if you have Tymna, you should probably also have Toski.
The trees, Tree of Perdition, I think.
Tree of
or
Perdition.
Redemption is being suggested. Bedrock Tortoise and Assault Formation.
Oh, Bedrock Tortoise is another. Assault Formation's already in here, but Bedrock Tortoise is a brand new card that gives you that hexproof that we didn't really ask for, but it gives you the butt ability, and the hexproof is just a bonus. So I see Beast Whisperer and Toski. Does that also mean we want Guardian Project? Probably. I don't see why not.
Yeah, Guardian Project has been so good in my decks.
It's got Orin Frostfang, which is sweet. I mean, closing shouldn't be that hard. We got stuff to do. Maybe like some kind of.
That's funny.
Ihata's hilarious.
That's good.
White, black, green.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't just write butts matter.
Toughness. Okay. Beanstalk Giant, Tristani. We don't want to gain that much life. What about Last March of the Ents?
I mean, are we sticking to budget though?
Oh, this is we're
There's
kind
a $50 budget. You're already adding Guardian Project, which was 17. And
This card is 17. Okay, we're cutting Guardian Project, folks. I thought it was like $6.
Yeah, it's recently spiked. Last I looked, it was like 8 or 9 or
Obnoxious.
something.
Absolutely obnoxious.
That was a bit ago.
Ridiculous. How much is Last March?
Expensive.
8?
It'll probably go down a little, but it
I
is
don't
not
think-
a budget card per se. It is good.
Wait,
It's a
I
great
thought we
card.
have $50 budget.
Oh yeah, no, it's good. I'm
adding it.
not saying you can't add it. I'm just saying like if you're talking about is this a budget card? Probably not.
It's below our
Budget.
allowance.
I mean, you could put Guardian Project in if you're going by that logic.
Well, that's technically above our allowance.
$50?
$50 per card or $50 for all the
I think
ads?
it's $50 ads total.
Oh, yeah. So that's a
You-
little bit above. I'm not loving the trees. I mean, Tree of Perdition kind of like Magister of Worth. You know, it's Soren Markov somebody down to like 13. Doesn't really have anything to do with walls though, because it can't attack. Sapling of Kolfanor. It's kind of a chunky fella. Maybe we want more early drops. There's literally 2 drops in this deck.
You want something that ramps into it, or do you want like actual, just like?
Maybe a flyer with high toughness.
Oh yeah, maybe we want walls or something then,
Toughness is greater than or equal to 3.
or maybe not walls, but like.
CMC's greater or equal to or lesser than 3. I don't know. Could Welcoming Vampire be a move? Almost every card in this deck has oh, it's here. Found it.
Yeah, I was like, I thought I saw it.
It's the gross one though, so I don't want to. I want a free pass.
Flump.
Flump. I don't think we're flumping.
We're not flumping, but it is funny.
Yeah. Strict Proctor.
Yeah, $50 total. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Rug of Smothering. I think I like Rug of Smothering.
Apparently a 0/4 gate that gives haste.
Crashing drawbridge? I'm assuming that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, I'd assume so. Do we want just walls with bots?
No, because walls can't attack.
Yeah. Do we have anything that say like defenders can attack? Or
It's literally just this, I think.
okay.
We have 3 visits, we have that. Delayed donation noise. Thank you for YouTube not letting us do that when it makes sense. Let's see. What are you thinking?
Are we just looking for like lower drops now, or are we looking for
a removal
I think
spell.
removal is like kind of where we're hurting at the
You
moment.
want to go for some curtains call action?
Sure.
It's a nice solid 2-for-1. Swords of Plowshares is another option. I feel a little bit less cool when I add a Swords of Plowshares to a deck, though. That is a known quantity. I want to run to the bathroom again. Isn't this fun?
I will get the next deck queued up. TV. Yeah, we are slowly working through all of these. Thank you so much. We just want to make sure we get to everyone's. Amber, stop. What?
Brumbums? Okay,
So
Brumbums.
there are notes on this one.
Okay.
It says it's a vehicle deck with the goal of getting multiple Parhelion 2. Please don't add Universe Beyond cards and evaluate the card in the Consider tab. The Indomitable Mirror Box, Golden Argosy, Spark Double, and Arenicus's Vile Duplication. I want some more ways to disable the Legends rule. Currently, I only have one way and one tutor for it.
Okay, well, these are some of
I'll keep these notes on the side.
your best other options. You should also consider... Right, so Sakashima is your one way.
I was like, we changed 10 to the Asmo one. We actually went back to make sure. You can, if it's only showing 5, it only shows the most recent 5 changes in the little deck history window or recent changes. So you have to expand it to full history to see all of them.
I can quintuple check just right here, right now. But it looks like... Yeah, we got the full history here. All right, let's go back to Brumbums. I don't know what that means. I probably shouldn't even say that if I don't know what it means. Let's, so this is very, like, Precon-esque. I think Giant Ox could go right away. Like, it's really not that hard to crew, so you don't need a vanilla creature to do it. Vidalcan Engineer, how many artifacts do we have? 36, and... Armed and armored crews vehicles, but again, I don't think it's that hard to crew vehicles.
Yeah, the sub-goal is getting more Parhelion 2s.
Right, we can definitely make more Parhelion 2s. Are any of these vehicles just like subpar? Maybe we shouldn't touch the vehicles.
Do we want like Intruder Alarm? Do we want like untap synergies and stuff?
Maybe? I mean, does it help with Parhelion?
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We miss you, Joe. Sorry we left Buffalo.
Oh, Joe Andrews. We know him for real.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, what's up? We're doing Commander deck audits right
now. I don't know if the queue is full for the night. It really depends on how long it takes us to finish these.
Yeah, what do we got? Let's give a queue update. What's left in the queue?
I mean, it's definitely...
We're definitely making progress, so... That's
10?
10? Well, we're not making as much progress as I thought. All right. So we want to make a copy of an artifact.
I mean, I love like Clever Impersonator if I'm making copies for XCM.
But this is legendary card we want to copy, so it has to be like...
Yeah, so Spark Double's the only one I can really think of.
Right, so if there's any besides these, we'll let you know. But we can peek.
I mean, do we want Sakashima?
Sakashima's in there. That's the one way he has right now. Vesuvian Diplomacy does make the token we want. A copy that's not legendary, but how are we supposed to trigger that? We just can't. You could have Masterful Replication make everything into that. But again, we are struggling with the legend rule.
Roast you. No, you're great. Well, we will be doing this soon. We're trying some new stuff for streams, but for now, I think that we will be doing this. We're gonna try and do streams every Thursday. We will be posting on YouTube community and Twitter when we know our schedule. It'll be at least 1 or 2 days in advance, bare minimum.
Yeah, we will. That is a good point. We will 100% be doing deck roasting at some point. That is absolutely a stream that will happen. Just not at this exact moment. Maybe the next one we do. Who knows?
So there aren't a ton of ways to make things non-legend, or legend rules doesn't apply.
Yeah, I mean, there's Mirror Gallery. You don't have that. So, I mean, I will just add it. I don't know if you think it's too slow, but this game plan seems like the definition of slow to me, because we have to play Parhelion, then clone it, then attack with the clone next turn, and it's just like, woo. So that seems okay, at least okay. Maybe
Helm of Hosts?
Oh God, so we, it curves right into it. It's Parhelion on turn 8, and then Helm of the Host on turn 9, and then just like that, folks, we have another Parhelion. Jesus Christ, this is rough. I'm gonna cut this blacksmith skill again.
Yeah, we're not big fans of those. You could just get a counter spell or something.
We're
really.
in blue. Yeah, I'd rather just counter.
Replication is funny.
It's a lot of Parhelions if you get the no legend rule. Never been a Vidalcan Engineer fan. I
think refurbish is pretty expensive for that effect.
It is. We have to also assume our things are going to be dead, and we don't have any way to put them there. I think this was a card that was in the precon, and it's definitely a cuttable card.
Yeah, Blade of Selves, someone says, but if that implies that they're attacking, but also that the myriad, the copies will die immediately, but
we're actually gonna add refurbish back in because I just saw a card right next to it that's just slightly worse. So we'll just cut that instead, and now we have to add 3 cards.
The queue is full at the moment. I'm sorry, but we will be opening. We will tell you when we open it again if it is tonight, and if not, we will be doing the stream again.
Yeah. How good is Thought Monitor in this deck? Because we can start cloning.
That's pretty
if
good.
We don't have Parhelion, we can start finding it.
Do we also want Dreamtrawler would be good, right? I know you just play in every deck that can run it. Basically,
I play it in literally one deck, so I feel attacked right now.
It feels like every deck.
It's literally one deck.
Do we want more artifact reduction, like Joy's Familiar and that sort of thing?
I was gonna say we probably want more tutors.
Yeah, that could work.
To find Parhelion, right?
Then we want Fabricate, and we want
How about Master Transmuter? That's once we have it. This is not only a way to save Parhelion if it gets targeted, but it cheats out Parhelion on turn 4 or turn 5.
Renicus, Vile Duplication, Mystic Reflection.
Mystic Reflection? What's that card?
It just says if you can get...
Oh, I see. It as things enter.
Do you not want Fabricate for this deck for tutors?
Let's have that rounded out.
And do you also want... Oh, yes.
That helps us. I mean, we got more tutors for you. We found a few more ways to get around the legend rule. We really have access to... That's pretty much all of them, including the ones that are in here now. There's not really any more that exist. But that looks good to me.
Okay, sending you another list.
Let's get it popping.
This one says, this deck is just for fun and playing with friends with funny decks. Don't want to have expensive cards, and the plan is to play Amalia, gain life, sit and wait until she's wiped the board, until she wipes the board or attacks with good amount of 1/1/1s.
So it's a little slower?
Yeah, and it's more for just for fun, I think.
More for funsies, huh? This seems like a decent deck, however, nonetheless.
How many legendaries do we have for Urza's Ruinous Blast? It might be a little tough to... I mean, I do see a fair amount of legendaries right off the bat, but...
But it also exiles, right? So it doesn't even... It won't trigger some of our dies things. That's one I'm considering cutting.
I put a little bit more removal in, just to make sure...
I also want to get...
Is Vanquish the Horde in here?
It is not.
I mean,
but
that destroys...
Well, this deck has 5 board wipes.
Well, I mean, I would just cut a couple of the other ones that...
So let's get rid of... I've not been a big fan of Cleansing Nova. See, Tragic Arrogance is sweet. But let's get rid of Urza's too.
I've not been a big fan of Unburial Rites. I think you can get stuff back from the graveyard pretty... It's like a nostalgia card for me, but it's not.
You're just not cheating mana. Like, there's almost no creature in your deck that you could spend 5 mana on that would even feel good. There's only 2 6-drops. Maybe if you had some 8-drops in there, I would like it more. I'm probably going to recommend cutting Chalice of Life.
Phyrexian Arena's in here if you want.
I don't think we'll be able to get to that. Feast of the Victorious Dead.
Okay, how much is that one card, the Angel, that brings your life total back up to 40?
Resplendent Angel?
No. No, it's not Resplendent. It's the one. It's the one that says like. I copied it once in a game with Charles.
It's definitely a word that is like the exact same word as Resplendent. While
Yeah,
not being
I was like, we
Resplendent.
want to add more instants in too.
I got that. My hiccups are back somehow, by the way, chat. So
They said something about saying like pink elephant or something.
Pink Elephant.
Riveting. I think we need to add more instants.
Didn't work. Wait, what's that angel's name?
I don't. Well, I'll look it up.
Something angel. I'll just put
Something angel. Perfect.
starting.
Perfect. Exquisite Archangel or Enduring Angel.
I don't even think Resolute Archangel. We got there, folks. So just in case you get beat down, this could be a way to like stabilize. It is definitely more of a casual card. This is not a like unfun high power card by any means.
Lyesa.
Oh, that's an unfun high power card.
Other Lyesa.
The dice trigger one?
Yeah.
Does that...
I think it does also have lifelink.
It does. Why do you look that one?
I'm just reading the chat.
Oh. So then we don't have to do it. We don't owe you anything, chat. Let's see.
How about Extort?
There are a few extorters in here already. I already see Thrall Parasite, Tithe Drinker. This thing is an honorary extort creature.
Do you want any more though? Get a turn? Tums?
A Tums? Does Tums do anything with this? I don't think Tums stops hiccups.
I think we just need more removal. I mean, the instants are really low in here.
Have we cut? We need to cut. Wait, how have we cut? Okay, so we need to cut one more card. Reclamation, love it. Splendor, you know.
Yeah, I like the life insurance. I think that's pretty cool.
That is a cool one. I
Do we care about Takage's welcome and stuff?
I can't say no to too much card draw. I don't like this card actually. It feels really specific.
Blindo is one of my favorite cards, but I think it's more of a fun deck, and Blindo might be an unfun card.
Could be. Either way,
in
Blindo
theory.
exists. You know, you could play it if you want. You have some other extort things in here. All right, so we need to add some cards. So you want some removal. What do you think?
Yeah.
Maybe some
scroll down.
removal that gains
Scroll
life.
down.
Scroll to what?
I meant to the instance.
Oh, there's no instance to scroll to.
Instance of gain life. I mean, what was that multimodal one that says you could gain twice X life or sacrifice X creatures? Like, are you making a bunch
Talking
of
about Heliod's Generosity?
Maybe.
Or Heliod's Intervention?
Might not be the worst.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, might not be the worst, I think.
That feels fine in a life gain deck. It's got a pretty relevant other mode. What are some ways to just gain a lot of life, like one at a time? That's what you want. You want a million little dings of one. I don't know how many, like...
Do we have a ton of death triggers? Because if we do, we could do, like, more blood artist type effects.
There's almost no way to sack.
Yeah.
So
I mean, do we want to put in a sack outlet?
We have 3 blood artists.
Do we,
But
just
we don't have
want
any
sack
creatures.
outlets?
We don't have any creatures we want to sack.
Campbell, but I think that's a little unfun. Like, I think that's just...
Doesn't scream like kitchen table to me. Maybe I would just exclude it just to maybe for this person.
Maybe I would just put in, like, a Viscera Seer just so we could, like, sack stuff.
Like, what are we sacking?
I mean, I don't know. Elenda makes some stuff. I thought we made more stuff, honestly. Maybe that's wrong.
There's little dudes, but they feel like we want to keep them out.
Do we want to make a bunch of little dudes with lifelink then? Maybe there's a couple.
Or do you want to add like a tokens? I guess we don't have
I'm
enough.
not sure if tokens is like the right way. I just thought we had more token generation.
Gotcha. I mean, why don't we just add more removal like you wanted to?
Okay.
What did you think we should add? As I continue to hiccup.
Anguish Unmaking is usually a good one. It's like a prey catch-all, exile, non-land permanent.
Can't really go wrong with it. Can't really go wrong, and we have the life to spare, so it won't really matter that we lose 3.
Vanishing Verse, if you want to exile a target monocolored permanent. Might be a little narrow, though.
Yeah, I mean, we added a little bit. Maybe we just add more ways to gain life and say that you can touch up on the removal. I wouldn't want to just add 4 removal spells, even if it is
we
right.
have Veto in here. I assume they don't want a combo, so let's not.
I would also assume that. They have a lot of little dings and little drains. Suture Priest is cool. Soul Warden. I mean, there's an exact copy of Soul Warden, Soul's Attendant, also in here.
Revival Revenge, maybe?
That's a combo, and it doesn't really work with an Amalia.
Suture Priest?
Suture Priest is in there. Yeah, I almost wish this pay 50 wasn't even on Aetherflux Reservoir, because it's exactly what we want. We just want little triggers that gain us a life over and over and over. How about Sunscorch Regent? That feels just like the most shoe-in card for this deck. Whenever they cast a spell, we gain a life. So it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't with Amalia out. It's like cast the spells and your stuff dies. Don't cast spells? Great. I'll just keep this dragon in the air.
Cool. I'm going to grab some water. And I'll queue up the next deck, and then I'm going to go grab some water.
Okay. I might bother you for a refill as well. All right, so we need to add another card. I think we're farting around a little too much, but we do need to add a card to this deck. As I continue to hiccup. It's really rough, chat. Let's see. Whenever a creature dies, we can't have that happen enough. You know what? We wanted to add it. Let's get Blind in here, and then we can queue up the next deck.
Okay, this is the $20 one, and these are the restrictions. No Field of the Dead, and then that paragraph.
Why would I even edit this deck if you're telling me that I can't put Field of the Dead inside of it? I can certainly edit and name the deck after Field of the Dead. You can't stop me from that. But I will not add Field of the Dead. Holy crap, it's every battle that's legal in this deck. 14 battles. Whew. That is a lot. Okay, so obviously we're spamming ETBs. I don't even need to read these battles. They all have ETBs. We're trying to flip them. Also, the initiative is here. Some of the Praetors are here. Oh, this is kind of funny because it triggers twice, so everybody just ends up with the things they had in play, but you get like weird flicker abilities. That's nifty, if not a little goofy, a little weird. The Holy Trinity, I see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Some like run-of-the-mill solid interaction. Okay, we're definitely playing green though, so I don't need Arcane Signet or Thought Vessel. These are initiative cards. I don't think Confounding Conundrum ended up being good enough that I want to play it in every deck. Some decks it's good in, but I don't think it matters enough, the like ETB draw for this deck to warrant an include. Ooh, props on the Halo foil though. I'm gonna read chat for a second. Zulaport Cutthroat. Oh, I see. Okay, alright. This is a 10 cut. No, we need to do 10 adds and 10 cuts. Oh, what kind of art is this? That's pretty cool. So this, again, seems like a very tight deck because there's 14 cards I assume we can't cut. If we can't change the lands, that's 50. 51 kind of the commander. And if we can't cut the initiative cards, that's another 7. And then if we can't, we have to cut something. I would probably cut maybe Vorinclex Vorinclex, just to make... We gotta make room. So Vorinclex can go... Provisioner's good. Scoot Swarm makes sense. Shieldred's powerful. She does things when she enters.
I love Shieldred.
Farseek can probably go in favor of a creature. We've got a tight Yarok deck that has 14 battles.
Yo, that's sick. I love Yarok battles.
They're bullies because they won't let me put in field. Of
no,
the
you
dead.
know what? Good call. Good call.
And I think we need 4 more cuts. And we can't change the mana base. There's not a lot of room to change things, if I'm being honest, because it's like 14 battles. I assume those want to stay. There's a bunch of initiative cards, just like your deck. I assume those don't want to go.
Those are sick.
Then the rest is just like Mana Dorks and Ram. So it's tricky. Maybe Spark Double? How do you like Spark Double? You play Yarok more than me, so...
Yeah, Spark Double's not bad. I mean, I do like the copy effects. I have, like... What's it called? Like, Body Double for the graveyard, so it's been pretty good. Do you...
Here, I'm going to hold my breath to get rid of these hiccups, and you can tackle the rest of
I
this.
have to take a look at it. Calm yourself.
What did I say that was offensive?
1 second. I don't know. Maybe I'd put Negate with a better counter spell or something. Maybe... Let's see, take initiative. So I can't change that. I'm not sure if I really love Trailblazer's Torch. Initiative is super cool, but I think I'd rather have a creature or something. Yeah, Bloomtender isn't my favorite in here. I'd probably put a different Mana Dork, I think.
What do you like instead?
Honestly, I would rather just have another 1-mana Mana Dork, or maybe like Elves of Deep Shadow or something. Or actually, maybe not even that. Just maybe... How many elves do we have? Probably not that many. We have 1, 2...
We have 7.
Maybe I put Priest of Titania or something? I think you have more...
Doesn't Bloomtender just tap for 3, though?
If you have 3 stuff out, but at most you can do Priest for 7? I mean, I'm just thinking about it. Yeah, maybe a different counter spell.
So let's swap this. Yeah, because I guess Fierce Guardianship and Negate don't really go in the same decks in my head.
Maybe Trailblazer's Torch.
Do you want to cut an initiative card? I don't know if we're allowed.
I would maybe rather get a creature, honestly.
A creature that has an
Pulls the
ETB?
initiative,
There
yeah.
probably aren't any. I am almost positive this person's put every single one in. I see 10.
I don't know. I would rather just get things that copy the creatures then.
Well, there's no rule that says we can't cut this, so we're going to cut it.
Yeah, because at that point, I think the way I would think about it, it's like I would rather have a copy of an initiative creature because then you just have like a body on the field and stuff, and then you could flicker it too.
The torch is kind of bad by itself. So we got 2 more cuts to make.
Is Bringer that good in here?
I can't find... Well, I was looking and it's like... If you have 5 creatures in play and 5 creatures in your graveyard, it triggers once, everything dies, you get the ETBs of all 5 creatures in your graveyard, then everything dies again and everything comes back, assuming Yarok with them, and you get 10 ETBs.
True, but wouldn't all of your opponents also get a bunch of stuff?
They would basically flicker the creatures in the graveyard and then play. With everything, their board states would be the exact same.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm just like, is that worth it? I would rather do something a little bit more one-sided than Bringer.
Okay, so you don't like...
Since there's so
Bringer.
many ETBs nowadays, like, I would be afraid that my my opponents might get that.
Okay.
Saw in half for Hoarding Dragon? Or Hoarding Brood. Hoarding Broodlord's been so good.
I mean, it's
Yeah, I think
Moon Scar Demon, but better.
Saw in half would be in my Yarok deck if I fit the budget, but unfortunately that is $20. And
All right, we have to cut another card. Why don't we just make it the other initiative thing? Like I don't have room to play around. It's just not a thing. So what counterspell did you want to add?
an offer you can't refuse, maybe? Yeah, Saw in half is so good. I would also add Saw
add
in
it.
half.
Let's get it in there. little bit more instant stuff. Maybe we can tag another ramp creature.
I would do a couple flicker things. This is Yarok, so...
If we have basics. We do have basics. Let's get Spring
Oh,
Bloom
it says
in.
don't need 10 cuts, just want to see what your spin out would be. Well,
You're getting them, gosh darn it.
I would do flickering permanents. That way you could flicker battles if you want. You could save them.
So cards that flicker?
Yeah. But flicker permanents. That's the important part.
So, like, what do you got in mind? Ghostly flicker?
Yeah, maybe. Oh, that doesn't combo, though, right? Well, I mean, it does. It
This
is a
deck
combo
does
piece.
not
but
combo.
yeah, that's why I want to make sure there's no...
You cannot combo in this
Okay.
deck.
So, yeah, ghostly flicker might be good.
This is Mia speaking from more experience. She has a Yarok deck that also ventures into the initiative or the dungeon, so very similar, but no battles. She does have battle
I do have a couple battles.
You have Zendikar and
I
you
have the
Vryn.
Vryn. They've been very good.
Yeah, maybe you should play some more. Who knows?
I don't know. I'm kind of liking where mine stands right now. I also don't have the budget for some of them. Let's see. Just honestly, the one that says bounce all permanents to your hand. If you bounced 4 or more, put something down has been really nice.
Flood of Tears.
Because that just lets you get them all over again.
Yeah, what a reset.
Was it Teferi's Time Twist? If you want a creature, that's pretty cool.
Wait, if you want to flicker a creature or you want to play a creature?
Well, Teferi's Time Twist exiles, right? And then it comes back.
So if you want to flicker a creature, it's cool?
Yeah. But I just want more flickering permanents, especially if this person has a lot of battles. Can you think of any others that do that?
Let's see. We're in Sultai. We're in Bug.
Yeah. Well, not just creatures, because they have battles and stuff. That's why I said permanents.
There, that's what you're asking for. Let's see.
Well, it doesn't even have to be all. You could just like...
I mean, the only other option is any number.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't even have to be like any number. It could just be like exile 2 permanents and bring them back, you know? It's just like... I just want to make sure that we are able to flicker not just creatures, because this deck does have so many non-creature permanents.
But every battle flips into a creature, right?
Yeah, true.
So once they're flipped, we can flicker them.
Sometimes it's hard to get battles, though. Like, to flip. Sometimes people just don't want you to, which sucks, but...
Yikes.
Yeah, I don't think that's what I'm really looking for.
I mean, returning them doesn't even really... What about filter out? Return all non-creature, non-land permanents?
Oh, Paradoxical Outcome's really good.
What about both of them? They both can return our battles. Battles get all the value up front, and then we can use these to, like, bounce them back to our hand at instant speed.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
To
that's
then
really
replay.
good because it does give a little bit protection later, which is really nice.
I think we got to add our boy.
Noxious Gearhulk's very good.
He's just so much fun. He's fun. He's good. You know, he gains life. There's nothing he can't do. I don't know about any of the... I don't think we're going to find too many other battle synergies, though.
That's okay. I mean, battles are fairly new, so more stuff might come out, but...
Let's see. Hey. I mean, Grey Merchant? Are we that dude?
I mean, Gary's been really good, but also...
Maybe the Great Henge? That's a little bit more exciting.
Great Henge is fun.
That card's still $50? Holy crap. And then I love Kenris in your deck as, like, removal. That's super funny. Oh, let's just do it to him. Let's do it to him with the Druid.
Candlekeep Sage is really good draw in Flicker.
I'm
And
not a fan of that one, actually.
Choops, Panharmonicon.
Oh, you're already doing it to him. You know what? They had this in the sideboard. Let's move it to the main board, baby. There's our Panharmonicon. And it even copies battle triggers. I think you're on the right track with that one.
Okay, you'll like this next one.
Is it a Field of the Dead deck? It must be. Karador.
So
I love Karador.
This is a $10 one, and the note on it was, let's see. The note on it 1 cent was Modern Boonweaver Karador.
Oh. So this is like an updated take on the Boonweaver Giant combo.
I was like, this is on you, B.
Boonweaver Giant enters the battlefield and searches your library for Pattern of Rebirth, which will then die and search your library for a Karmic Guide loop. Karmic Guide will get back Boonweaver, which gets back Pattern, which then lets you, I believe, go for Revelark and then just loop your entire deck. This is sweet. This deck looks really high power. There's a lot of crap going on. We're stopping people from doing stuff. This is 5 adds cuts?
Yes, this is a 5.
So if we're going for power, I want to cut Cataclysmic Gearhulk. I think that card is not very effective.
Is this your deck or did you copy?
This is my deck. Get out. You're not welcome here. Go away. I also want to cut a Acidic Slime. I think it's too slow. For 5 mana, I need to get on the board and interact earlier than that. I mean, Haywire Might is already doing that for so much cheaper. Is Stallion the Gitrog monster? Not in love with them? Lotus Petal, I love it. Love to see it. I would probably want some more instants. I don't know if there's a budget for this deck, but Winding Way, I don't like filling up the graveyard with sorceries, so let's cut Winding Way and Mulch. Buried Alive and the direct tutors are a little bit different. That is 4 cuts.
We are not, it is not open right now, but we are slowly closing, well, not closing the queue. We are slowly getting through the queue, so we may open it up later. Right. I will let you know how to submit once we open it up again.
Right, but we might always, you know, transition to something else. I do appreciate everyone who's watching. We love you guys.
Thank you.
You guys are amazing. Although I would like maybe 169 likes, perhaps, on this stream. That could be pretty, what do they say, Pog?
PC, you're not that old.
No? Is that what they say?
You're not that old.
You're not answering me.
Yes, the kids do say Pog.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I think Elshnorn's in here. Oh, do you mean the other Elshnorn?
Or you're questioning why it's in here. It is... Yeah, it's okay.
Merkle? Someone asked. But I think that's too slow.
Merkle is unfortunately too slow. We are going balls to the wall. Arcane I've seen in some CDH decks. It's probably fine.
Do you want Delighted Halfling to make sure... Or no? How much does...
Oh, another Mana Dork?
Well, I mean, how much does Karador and stuff? Like, is Karador plan like F?
Karador's plan B at least. I mean, you want more Mana Dorks, but I'm not going to waste the ads on Mana Dorks. Realistically, you should just play like 7 1-mana Mana Dorks. I think Thalia and the Gitrog monster can go. They don't seem to be helping the plan too much.
Okay, so that's 5.
So that is 5. So we just need to find 5 ads. There are some really stinky things you can do with this deck. It's so nasty sometimes what you can cheat out quickly enough. I think a card that's really good for this deck is Eldritch Evolution. It is a nice tutor. Eldritch Evolution, there it is. You can go find Academy Rector, which finds Pattern of Rebirth, you guessed it. And then as soon as you sacrifice whatever gets patterned, you go find Boonweaver, and then you're off to the infinite races. Oh, Spirit of the Labyrinth I'm not a fan of either. I would cut that if you get the chance. Oh yeah, we needed instants. Like, I think we really need instants. And I always love a Nature's Claim because I think when you're playing at this power level, there's plenty of enchantments and artifacts that can just totally wreck you. You might even want... I don't know if your budget is, but Endurance and Solitude are very, very good Magic cards. Let's see. How would a Pod Chain look for this deck? Not sure. Don't want to add them when I'm not 100% sure. Maybe another Sack Out would be good. Maybe a Phyrexian Altar. Because you got a lot of dummies. It's another payoff. If you make infinite mana, you can cast every creature in your deck with Karador just by recasting him over and over. Eventually, you want to cut Nature's Lore 3 visits, probably for some Mana Dorks. And you think of any more other instant speed stuff we want?
Well, you're trying to... I don't know, would you want like Force of Vigor or something?
Yeah, Force of Vigor is a card I cut from my CDH deck, but this is not exactly CDH. Oh, maybe Astrophy. Let's get Assassin's Trophy in there. That's a good one. And then we just need one more.
Are we still looking for like stacks pieces? Or are we looking for...
I'm gonna leave the stacks pieces to this person if they know their meta. But if you have Sidar Wayfinder, you have Circled Land Druid, those are good.
Are we looking for a board wipe? Do we want like Toxic Deluge or something?
That's probably fine, like, just to control the board a little bit. Seems good to me. I love this deck. This is like classic Boonweaver, like early CDH days. Ooh, give me the tinglies. Deck building tinglies.
Next one sent over.
Let's hop on over.
This one says, the deck is all about comboing off quickly and with lots of interaction all around. Obviously, it's mono blue, but whatever you guys feel like I should trim, I'll take a look at. And this is a 5 cuts and ads.
Okay. This deck is listed, is sorted.
We have about 5 left, so maybe in a couple we can open up queue again.
We just might. I will have to reassess how my voice is feeling.
Yeah,
I'm kind of fading in and out.
Worst comes to worst, though, we are aiming to do stream every Thursday. We're just doing it Tuesday right now because of Thanksgiving, so we will be back next week doing this again.
Yes, Thanksgiving, which is our 1,000th day in a row of making content. I'm super excited. We're not going to get too much celebrating done, because the United States put a stupid holiday on that day, but we will celebrate at a different time.
I think this is a cool deck.
Good God, I almost feel a little unqualified because there's just this deck is what 30 cantrips and then the combo. So what would we want to change? Is there any cheaper way? We have Archaeomancer.
Do we want just a ton of card draw to make sure we get there?
So we've got copying lands, copying creatures, lands, and you're solving the equation.
Is there any more that says target, like, not a fight spell, because we're not in green, but is there anything equivalent to, like, maybe a fight spell in blue? It's like target this and target this, so you could proc Orvar's thing?
I don't think it works like that. I think you just need to target your own thing once with anything. So you just play, like, this crap. Change the text of target permanent, and just like that you copy it.
How about, like, Dan stuff, then? Dan had a bunch of stupid stuff that was like change type from mountain to island, or
I think that only changes the lands in play. You need to target a permanent. I mean, Vesuvian Diplomacy is like this exact deck, right? Whenever you cast a spell, it targets only a single artifact or creature. You get a token that's a copy of it. I would have to imagine, unless I'm missing something, that works.
like this.
Wait, why is it? There's a little.
It's already in there. Oh yeah, it's already in there. It says.
The quantity of this card makes the deck. Is that because it's the 101st card? Oh, I would cut Cage Sun all day, I think. Oh, there we go. Wait, what?
I think it. Yeah.
What?
I think it might be in there somewhere or something.
Is it?
It's
in the sideboard? That doesn't count. Get out of here.
So this is what I meant. This is like a Dan card where it's like change the text of target permanent with one to another.
Yeah, magical hack. That might even be in here. I don't know. We have to dig through all the cards you've never read before. Maybe it's just that far down the totem pole of cards that target a permanent. That's what I would imagine.
Maybe.
There's not a lot to change, although I will say I don't see Arcane Denial, so I would actually just swap Counterspell for
Exchange
Arcane
of Words
Denial.
is so good.
Exchange of Words is hilarious. I mean,
But I'm not sure if it goes in this deck considering you're trying to combo off. And it's a lot of instants and sorceries.
right. Oh, Propaganda. That's our classic get out of here card.
Someone says yes, and if you target your land, you get a copy of the land. It's free real estate, which is
Are they talking about like
they're talking about what
Magical
I was
hack?
talking.
Yeah. That is like the core of the the core of the deck here. Ooh, the Moxfield put the crusty one in. There we go. That's a little bit better. My voice is dying, so take over.
Okay, so you've done cuts already, or
2 cuts.
let's see.
3 cuts. We need 2 cuts and 3 ads.
Do we want Coveted Jewel? It seems a little slow in this.
Well, when you copy it, you draw 3
Yeah,
cards.
that is really good. Actually. That's pretty cool, Vesuvian. Is Sky Diamond fast enough for this? I mean, I know it's not like we want ramp per se, but also like it might be a little slow if you're trying to combo so quickly.
You can sub that out for you know, Fractured Power Stone, some random one that enters untapped, right?
Yeah. We might close queue after this. Your voice is not.
My voice is
doing too hot.
falling apart. I do it all for you guys.
But we will be back next week.
Right. How's our queue looking?
We have like 5 left. So I think we should probably end it after that.
That is probably the case. But we will get these done while we can.
Oh, of course. We will never leave anyone hanging.
Literally never. All right, we need one more cut, though. As uninformed with these cards as we are, we do need one more cut. What is this? Target land.
And then draw.
Teferi's Time Twist.
Is there anything that's like maybe like counter a spell or do something like little and then it's like untap one target permanent you control or like something like that, you know?
We can try. Counter.
Well, it doesn't have to be literally counter. It's just some effect and
I
then
gotta
like
search something.
yeah, like untap.
What do you want me to search?
Untap target permanent you control or something.
Well, that's gonna give us all this crap, all the twiddles and whatnot. So do you want to find a piece of interaction?
Yeah, maybe interaction would be good. Yeah, someone says also given the Isochron not having dramatic reversal seems.
Yeah, wait a second. There is no dramatic. You might as well.
Yeah, we want
you're already
combos.
comboing. Good call, whoever said that. Good job. That was a nice one.
Displacer kitten, someone says.
That's gotta be good. We have one more cut to make, so thank you for
Kitten.
Thank you, chat, for helping us out with remembering some of these absolute bangers for the archetypes. I think Master of Waves, if we're trying to combo, let's just cut that as our last card. It's just not going to combo. We're going to play Agent of Treachery, steal your best 4 permanents, and you're going to concede because you want to go home. That's what's going to happen.
Okay, so this is a $20 one up next.
So there will be 10 changes.
Yes, yes. And the notes on this are must keep being Shivan Devastator and all will be one. I don't want to add Crackle with Power or any of those burn to win ones.
Okay. So we're keeping all will be one.
Yeah.
This art is pretty cool. I've never seen that before.
I think, is that the oil slick one?
It's friggin' dope is what it is.
Yes, our live streams do post to YouTube after. It should be its own tab. There should be like videos, shorts, and then like live streams are on demand. Like it should be somewhere on our page. Someone says Fiery Mastermind, Clown Car. If we want +1/+1 counters, do we want like
Well, so she is like, does she care? Like, does this deck care at all about counters when she kind of just taps for stupid amounts of mana, and if you untap her and cast an X spell, it just starts like being silly.
yeah, but we don't want like Crackle of Power and stuff.
We are prohibited from doing that.
And burn wins.
I think that's fair. You just want big giant X spells. So what I would be looking for is ways to untap this woman, because this ability just stacks. So if you tap her 3 times and then cast a spell, you copy the spell 3 times.
That is, yeah. Do we want like how about the thing I have in the artifact that says all your creatures can be activated as though they had haste, and then you pay 1 and tap it to untap target creature.
That is 1,000-year elixir.
Yes, it is.
Which is
perfect.
in the deck.
How about
We have these also untapping.
and the new Tyvar is red black, unfortunate, or green black, unfortunately.
Well, let's see what this has in store for us here.
Staff of Domination's not bad if you.
I don't want to
But
go
is it-
infinite. Yeah, we can go infinite, so we can't play that. That's not interesting.
The Millennium Calendar and all will be one.
Well, there you have it, folks. Let's get that in there. You can fire off the Millennium Calendar and just nuke people with all will be one. How is that not hilarious? I think we could even get rid of hardened skills.
Because we're not really caring about counters too much.
So, like, we kind of are, but none of these cards, like, you know, Shivan Devastator gets 1 extra counter.
Do you want like hanger back and stuff?
I don't think so. I mean,
Because
maybe if you want these other cards, you do want Hangerback, but
Because
not
it's-
Ballista. just because, like, hey, it's got a bunch of counters on it. It's basically like
He's a big guy.
These ravenous creatures.
Stone Coil's in there.
What's up with Questing Beast? If you're playing in the meta against fogs, it's fine. Otherwise, I would get it out of ye. We don't need them. 3 more cuts. Oh no, wait, this is a tenor, right?
Yes, this is 10.
All right, so let's get the cuts going. We can upgrade.
How about card draw spells with X in them? You've given, like, you have pull and drown, but there's also what is it? Flash of Insight and stuff.
I think that's a draw spell. That's like the.
But it has X in.
Oh, it has X in the upfront cost.
Yeah, so that could work.
If you like it, if you think there's enough blue, maybe to make it work.
Oh, maybe. No, I mean, it's X in the upfront cost, but it's also X in the...
Wouldn't you rather just draw X, though?
I mean, yeah, but what else would you recommend? Because X is in the pay cost.
Well, so I'm looking at, like, with Magus, you cast this, X is 3.
Yeah.
I look at the top 3, draw a card, look at the top 3, draw a card. But I could just cast X is 3.
Yeah, Stroke of Genius. I think that's what I meant.
Okay. Because I was going to say, yeah.
I was like, it's in Zephi. That's what I was thinking of.
Right. And this is like, you cast this X3, you just in Value Town.
Yeah, you're just drawing so many cards. Blue Suns?
Blue Suns could be an option. Zenith. We don't want the Twilight. No, thank you. We do have to cut 2 cards to make room for all of these bangers. I think those cards... Oh, Open the Way is so good in this deck.
Finale's good.
All right, I am going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to just trim this because I think Animist's Awakening is not... It's like the exact power this deck's looking for. It's not busted, but when you cast it from like 6 and you get 2 or 3 of them, you kind of just win.
Mind Spring is what chat says.
So we just need 2 more cuts now. What is... Okay, Heroes untapping. This is doing... It's an X spell.
Do we want, like... That's untapping.
What is this thing? X damage. Oh, this is kind of like that card you said you didn't want.
Do we want counters on stuff, though? Didn't we say that wasn't that important to the sub-theme? Or do
well, unlike Hardened Scales, it actually doubles. So, like, if I play Primordial Hydra for 5, then it's for 10. Maybe they still want that. This is a weirdo deck for sure. Oh, Fractal Harness. We can get rid of Fractal Harness. That's not that big of a deal. And then there's some cards down here that we haven't really looked at. Your creatures have Riot, and then it deals double. Okay. Okay.
The haste is pretty nice. All will be one is obviously what we're keeping.
If you copy a spell, you get an extra copy. Of course we want that, I think. It might be that this is not very good in the deck, honestly. Because if you don't have Magus, Lucea, Kane, it does not literally, but almost literally.
Do we care about
nothing.
Heroic Intervention?
Is it in the deck?
Yeah, it's right there.
No, not when we have counter spells. That's a good catch. It was like in the corner and I didn't see it. Was that 10? Or am I crazy?
I mean, you're at 100, so count it up, I guess.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I am crazy. We need 4 more. So yeah,
I also saw the negate. I don't know if you want to get rid of that.
Yeah, let's upgrade negate. I want to add some more untappies. Branching Evolution's fine. We are going to have to start... Let's get rid... I want to get rid of Twinning Staff. I think it's kind of a win more card. Honestly. We need 2 more.
What's the land looking like for Farseek? Do we have enough, like, duels that we can search for?
Yeah, we just need Breeding Pool.
Okay, perfect. Do we want Herald?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Just says your creature
Just
can't
so
be
we can-
blocked. Like, I guess it's fine. I think Stonecoil Serpent's... I was going to say it's pretty vanilla, but a lot of these are kind of vanillas. Jeez. Sheesh.
What's Whispering
what's
Hope
Kinnan
do?
doing in here? What does he do? He makes her tap for 1 more, but... That doesn't change whether we're copying the spell. Let's get Kinnan out of here. And his ultimate is bad, the 7 mana. It doesn't... like, our X spells just kind of...
Fizzle.
Okay. I think this deck just wants, like... I don't know. Maybe a way to untap a creature again. But you don't want to get too greedy and turn it into like Super Mega Winmore Town, because then this card, whatever card I'm about to add, doesn't do anything without her in play. That said, the upside of like Pemin's Aura is way higher than the upside of
How many forests do we have?
Twinning Staff. There are 7 forests.
Okay, I wasn't sure if we wanted to do like how I have like Selvala combos, quote unquote. So if you wanted to do like the ones that says return a forest, untap.
Oh, you need a Shia for that. I don't think they want to do combos. They don't even want to do burn spells.
Oh, I just meant in general. Like, not as a combo, just like if you want to untap her, you could just return a forest and untap her. You don't have to keep doing it as a combo. It could just be value.
How about Quest for Renewal as like a...
Yeah. Do we want Seedborn then?
Oh, well... Okay, wait. Do we even want Quest for Renewal? Because we're... How many instants do we have? We have like 3 instants that work with this. I kind of just wanted it sorcery speed. I just want to untap my dudes. I just want to untap them.
How many dudes are coming in? Do we want like a intruder alarm? If we're making enough dudes.
Yeah, I don't know if you're a fan of Intruder Alarm, but I think it is a card I would add for power. Maybe just some more X spells. Like, what's another cool like X thing?
I don't know. Most of my favorite X spells are burn spells, or like, you know, like Torment, or...
I don't even know if this search term will work. It looks like it won't. It's entering X as 0.
Why don't you say greater than 0? Yeah.
Oh, so CMC equals X? No, because maybe it needs to equal like red X.
Oh,
or not.
Okay.
Screw this. The Oracle text has X in it. Got it.
How about anything that makes like X tokens? You know?
So
maybe you could say instant or sorcery.
we'll create X tokens.
We're having a time here.
We're having such a time. What about the increasing vengeance?
Do we want like Curse of the Swine or whatever?
Wait, where'd it go? Oh, it's over here. Oh wait, not increasing vengeance. Tempt with vengeance. That's what I meant.
Sylvan Offering, Sting of the Glinting Dagger, Vadric. Yeah, I don't know. I would put in
Let's do this curse.
Is that 10?
And that rounds us out.
Okay, I'm sending you the next one.
Magus Lucea is a absolute monster, and you have to kill this card every single time you see it, or you're screwed. That's how I feel.
So this one says, so this was a complete rebuild. I know BZ's never seen Lord of the Rings, but Sauron was eternal. I made it very stacksy. It was also a sack deck that relied on my opponents for fodder. I hated playing it. The new one doesn't really have a theme. Mostly Grixis good stuff and some wheeling. I don't have a ton to do on early turns, so it kind of comes from behind to win. In terms of priority, make sure old stack stuff is gone. Tax effects are fine. Then anything else you think would be good in the deck would be great to sneak in God Pharaoh.
Well, consider it snuck. Is this a 5?
This is a 10.
So 10 cuts.
Yeah. Everything from now until the end of the queue is 10 cuts.
Oh, okay.
We only have 3 left after this, though. But yeah. So
this guy doesn't seem...
Also, I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
Neither of us has seen any Lord of the Rings, which is probably great for you, to be able to have us evaluate this completely clueless of what anything
Havoc
is.
Festival? Is that really...
I don't know what you meant by old stacks pieces. I don't see any, like, winter orbs. I mean, does they talk about, like, this thing? I would cut this thing anyway. We can probably get rid of it. Chasm Skulker, I'm not a fan of. If the game lets me cut it. Get out of here.
The 9 Nazguls, that's interesting.
I mean, that's just Flavor
Yeah.
City. Flavor Central. Right, with Bone Miser and Archfiend, you want to discard your hand to draw 4 and then shrink everything. What's going on with Heartless Hitotsugu? What is he doing? I think he's just kind of dealing
Maybe that's what...
dealing 20 damage. Let's cut him.
Yeah.
All will be one is hilarious. That's very funny. Blasphemous Act is so good in this deck because it won't even kill your orc half the time. Removal is just completely beautiful. No reason to touch that.
Do we care about things like Havoc Festival and I don't know, Omniscience? Like, what are we putting out for them?
Wound Reflection. Like, what are we doing with Wound Reflection too?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Omniscience, Wound Reflection, and Havoc Festival because I'm not exactly sure
Let's
you're doing. And no worries, that was like a really weird deck, but it was super cool. We like doing things with challenges. It's cool that you're not putting in like burn spells because that's usually what a lot of people would do. I think
that's a nice
restriction.
Oh man, I don't think there's a ton of like thematic flavory stuff, or not thematic flavory stuff. There's not a ton of like synergy with this deck outside of Sauron himself, so I'm tempted to cut this 3 mana away to give trample. It's good if you have an orc.
I mean, do they mean Shieldred? Well, I mean, tax versus stacks.
I'd probably get rid of that.
Because it's not like a wheels deck like Nekusar, so.
Right. And then even Herald is like, it only works with the orc. I might cut that too. We gotta find room. Psychosis Crawler, I'm pretty iffy on that one too, honestly. What's up?
Oh no, I was looking at Consecrated Sphinx and like it's a good card definitely, but like, is there any real synergy or is it just? I know it's just like good stuff right now. So.
I mean, if you're asking me to cut the worst cards, I'll never cut Sphinx from a deck.
No, I don't think it's the worst card. Bro.
Gotta make that foil.
Do we care about Omniscience? That's the real question. What are we Omnisciencing at? It seems like everything else is way more expensive than Omniscience itself.
Omniscience is probably fine. We have a lot of card draw.
Okay.
So you just poop out your hand.
Is Glinthorn comboing with anything?
I don't think so.
Then I think we should remove it.
I don't see a combo. I think it's just good with Sauron, but like, I don't think it's that great. It's just a little bit of nifty synergy.
So I think that's 10 cuts because we already cut, or maybe it's 9. I know we added God Pharaohs.
Yeah, we added. It might be 8 then.
Let's just check.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that is 10. Okay, so we need to start adding cards, and I think we cut some of the ways to win, so we need to make sure we have other ways to win. Aside from like all will be one and just attacking.
I mean, it says Grix is good stuff in wheeling, but there wasn't a lot of wheeling. Do you want to make this a wheel deck?
They're talking about themselves personally wheeling.
Oh, okay. I mean, they said they don't have a ton to do on early turns, so.
Let's find you something to do on this.
Glinthorn was comboing. It was built that way. There was Smoke, Embargo, and others.
Oh, so it was like past tense.
Yeah, because he said he changed it a lot.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Nazgul, Ring Tempting, okay.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, Nazguls are going to get you most of your temps. So we are now Grixis, which is red, blue, black. No thanks for the lands, please. I don't want to see lands. Alright, so Bolas is okay. That can close out games. Maybe this deck needs a little bit more card draw.
I mean, there's Teferis and stuff, but I don't think there's a... Is there a great way to get it started, kind of? If you have Toxrill, then, like, the other dude's Sludge Monsters usually put in
Sludge
pairs
Monster?
Is that not right? Toxrill, and there's another creature that usually goes really well with Toxrill.
What does it do?
I thought it was Sludge Monster. I thought it was, like, another slug that...
I mean, it works with specific, like, because he puts a slime counter.
I thought.
I mean, it's like specifically good with
Toxrill, but that's yeah. Whenever I think of Toxrill, I always think of Sludge Monster, which is why
they're like BFFs.
Yeah, when the ring tempts you, you wheel for 4.
Yep, you discard and draw 4.
So do you need card draw? If you're aiming to get Sauron out, if you have him,
I would prefer to have a little bit.
Then do you want ones that like untap lands and stuff, like, or filter ones, or those seem a little slow for this deck though.
The filter.
How many counters are we putting on stuff for all will be 1?
Every time they cast a spell, we put one
Yeah,
counter
for the
on
orc.
our,
For the orc.
on our buddy. Hmm.
Do we want something like if you're gonna be putting a lot of counters on something? I thought this was pretty interesting. We took like since you'd be putting a lot of counters on, you could like sack it. So maybe you want some sort of sack outlet to deal damage or just get value from the orc itself. So if you can put 5 counters on him, you could just sack him 5 times.
Oh, I really like
Goblin bombardment.
Goblin Bombardment. Let's get them dead. Let's just throw a 1/1 orc at them over and over and over, or at their creatures.
Yeah, we we had a thing where what was it? It was just in one of the more recent games. I was able to sack a bunch of orcs for the win because I had orcish bowmasters out and they had
A bunch of draw triggers and you just respond to
yeah,
each
it was
one.
Archivist of Ogma on their side and I had a Razaketh, so I could just keep tutoring with the orc. That might be a good one if they're trying to go fast.
Oh, bowmasters?
I mean, bowmasters is good in like any deck that can run it, but I was also thinking about Razzie. Because if they have a bunch of stuff to sack, they could just keep sacking it, losing 2 life, and then just tutoring over and over. I don't know if this is a...
Well,
I mean, they already have Demonic Tutor. I think.
I mean,
it's
there's your win con. There's your omniscience, like, game over. You just start spamming everything and they cannot possibly win. Like, I think once you have omniscience, you cast Razaketh, sack any creature, go find Nazgul, and then you can just loop your hand, draw 4,
Yeah.
sack the Nazgul you just play, go get another one.
He says, I didn't like the waiting on my opponents to kill them with 1 damage at a time. It seemed too slow.
I think it's more like controlling the board than... And, like, taxing what they can do. It's more of, like, a threat of activation than I'm actually going to kill you like this. It's similar to All Will Be One, I think. Razaketh's nasty, though.
Razaketh's really good.
Maybe even Yawgmoth would be nasty. He's also like a...
Yawgmoth's always good. I mean, if this is Grix's good stuff, Yawgmoth's one of the best cards.
He's
like,
a classic villain.
You put in Bowmasters?
Where is he? Come on. Get in. There you are. Sure, let's get the Bowmasters in there. Are there any good ring temps card? I know we cut the cantrip one. Are there any other ones that I want to play?
I think that's pretty interesting.
That's just another tutor.
Yeah.
So, wait. Does that not work? That kind of doesn't work, right? Because you search for the card, put it in your hand, then you can discard your hand and draw 4?
Yeah.
So you're never going to get both. Maybe we need to search temps. There we go. 87,000 Nazguls, Golem.
Do we want this?
Return a creature. Maybe I would be more interested in returning a creature than drawing a card. What is it? Sam's Desperate something?
Rescue? Yeah.
I remember in the movies when Sam does the Desperate Rescue. That was probably my favorite part of the Lord of the Rings.
Which Lord of the Rings was it in?
It was in Lord of the Rings 3.
Return of the Ring?
No. It was Lord of the Rings 3. This time it's personal.
Let's see.
Not loving the rest of this stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty meh.
Pretty mid, if you know what I mean. How about Fiery Inscription? We don't have enough stuff to play. I mean, if I have trouble not adding Mystic Remora, if you're just going to play Rhystic, like, what's the difference? Why not play another one?
Do we want more counters? Do we want more interaction?
Card draw. We're doing okay for interaction. Yeah, well, yeah, one,
two,
maybe another board wipe.
Do we want Agadeems?
Maybe a Toxic Deluge, because like Sauron and the Amass token usually survive that card.
Thank you so much for joining.
We're having a lot of fun. We're not quite done yet, but
we're almost done.
We will see you around for the next one. All right. How cute do we want to get? There's like Dreadhorde Invasion, which I don't think is a good card, but you play it before Sauron and it amasses, and then Sauron continues to amass on the zombie token, and then it gains lifelink.
I mean, I don't know. This feels like it's trying to go fast, you know?
Or at least set up. But that is something to do on the early turns. Maybe we just need to search annoying creatures that, like...
Make an example?
equal to or lesser than 3. As like that could be like a flavorful removal type spell. That's what Sauron would do, right? He made an example.
Who?
He did it to Faramir in the Lord of the Rings 1. That was like right at the end of the movie. He's like, "Get over here."
Get over here, buddy. I'm going to make an example.
Come here. Come here for your performance review. Let me know how right I was, chat, please. Emery.
Do we want to put him in like glass pool or just as an MDFC?
Could be an option.
Ledger Shredder's definitely like a good like.
Oh, Ledger Shredder is cool. That is a Mia. You did it. You've done it. You've got an early drop that scales with the game and actually triggers things like All Be 1-2. So isn't that just perfect?
Okay,
I'd say so.
Sent you the next one.
Okay.
This is, I'd like the budget to be remaining similar, trying to find ways to make it a bit huggier, even if the hugs hurt. So this is Group Hug Sauron. And this is a 10 change.
This isn't the same Sauron. This is the one from Lord of the Rings 2.
Return of both rings.
Well, they built a fake Sauron in the first movie. That's what Luke destroyed. And this is the second one.
And if it's Group
This
Hug,
is when he struck back.
I mean, immediately Fate Unraveler.
Is it here?
Well, I mean, he has Nekusar.
I'm asking if it was here. I was looking.
I don't think so.
No, I do not see it. I like the group hug aspect. It's
I love
the
the
total
breach.
opposite of what we just saw.
Yeah. You have font, you have temple.
Oh my god, we got everything. Sheesh. I would say you probably just uploaded this land base, not really like. But if just in case that's your final land base, work on that a little bit.
Are we gaining a lot of life? Is the archive really necessary?
It's because we draw double.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I can already tell this is going to be a tough deck to cut from. I don't like this card because it's not even easy to control.
I don't like Sizan because it hurts you too.
Whether you lose to?
Yeah, I mean, I could just make effects that hurt my opponents and then also have everyone draw cards. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, if you say so.
I'm not taking damage. This is my effect.
I'm not sure what we're doing with Shadowheart. Oh, we're stacking the arm.
He says if it's not the full 10 cuts, that's fine. I mean,
we'll do our best.
yeah.
We shall do our best.
Do we have Magus and stuff?
What does this card do? Return a creature. We don't have that many creatures. I would be tempted to cut this.
I think you should cut John Arenicus because there aren't that many bad creatures in your deck.
Good point. Maybe you're supposed to give away the orc, but that's kind of a late game. That's very late in the game to be doing that. Oh god, sometimes I just don't even want to read Lord of the Rings cards. All right, it's Wayfarer's Bauble. It stays in play and then goes to your opponent. Spells cost 1. Love it. Ivory Tower. I'm getting rid of Ivory Tower. I don't want to gain life. Not interested.
Do we care about Replicating Ring? Could we do better? Or is it a flavor thing? We could keep it if it's like more.
Oh, is it supposed to be the ring, maybe?
I mean, we already have the ring, but whatever.
Well, in that case, then there's no excuse.
I don't like Girapur Orrery. I think
I
it's
haven't found it
too
to even,
huggy.
Sometimes it feels like it's not hugging at all, and then sometimes it feels...
And then also, I don't know, Vidalcan Orrery seems a little... I mean, how important is it to give Flash? We only have a couple in queue right now. Someone says, does Brew Cloud work? But BC's voice isn't doing too well, so we're probably going to be done after this.
My voice is dying, and I will have to recover for the next
I really like having Jace and Triskaidekaphile as alternate... Well, Triskaidekaphile's in here. I like having that Jace, if you have no cards in your library, you win the game, as an alt win con here. Because
I'm just wondering what Brutaclad is doing.
Oh, okay.
Like, there's no tokens, right? I think it's just kind of doesn't help us. You think we're going to mill our entire deck?
Well, they have Lab Maniac.
Oh, yeah, I guess they do.
So if I had to guess, they're aiming towards it.
Jace, Welder of Mysteries. Get in there. Teferi Temporal Pilgrim. Which one even is this? When you draw a card, he gets loyalties? Let's make it a party. You thought we weren't going to add Teferi Master of Time to a deck? You were wrong. Here he is.
Put in Fate Unraveler so you can get...
Yeah, you mentioned that one. Fate Unraveler.
That's been a house in my deck.
It's been alright. Maybe Underworld Dreams?
Underworld Dreams is really, really good. If you want people to hurt when they hug, forced fruition.
Oh, there is no forced fruition in here. That's a sick one. It's like you can only cast
if you want to insta-kill someone, peer into the abyss.
With
Nekusar or Fate Unraveler or...
That seems like they don't want insta-kills, maybe. They want to, like, make the group hug decisions matter.
Well, they say even if the hugs hurt, so...
That is a painful hug.
Yeah, you can draw all the cards anyways. Like, Damnable Pact might be interesting in there, but that would be a lot of mana, so I wouldn't. For mana, I would put Mount Doom. Because you can sack the one ring to it.
Well, I think we weren't doing mana because it seems like they just kind of threw it at the...
I'm just thinking because if you get hurt too much with the one ring, you could throw away it to Mount Doom.
Definitely an option.
And it is flavorful.
It's definitely an option.
Shieldred the Apocalypse. Yeah, that's been a really good one.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's like a... But it says, but they want the budget to remain similar. So
I'm assuming we don't want to...
Just cram in...
add in 20% of the entire deck's budget. So we're back here. Now we probably want
how are board wipes and stuff?
player?
Oh, also, if they're trying to mill and they're getting a lot of people to draw and then discard, Rise of the Dark Realms has been really good.
I mean, why not play Windfall too? Let's wheel.
Do they have Rise? No, they don't.
As a win con?
Yeah, it's been really good for me.
Get in there.
It's $20, so let's hold off on more
Goodbye.
money. Well, I mean, it might work, but also like let's just hold off on the money and that's.
Ooh, delayed donation noise. Thank you, Ghost of previous Twitch viewers for that one. Love to see it. Carter could be cool if you give them all the stuff and then force them to throw it at each other.
I mean, what are you giving them?
What does this guy do? Each opponent may search their deck for a creature and put it in play.
What's the replication technique for it? It was in there
This
to
card's
begin
just
with.
great. I think this card's amazing.
It's pretty awesome. You can bare minimum, you get a land and a couple lands.
The worst case scenario is it's Sky Shroud Claim for 1 more mana in blue.
I have like Rankle as a creature to get people to draw and discard and stuff. It's not bad. Someone said Teferi's Puzzle Box, but I think that's a little tough.
Yeah, I don't know if we're a puzzle box. You want Rankle?
Yeah,
Do we have
Rankle's been
enough
pretty
creatures
good.
to sack?
It's not about sacking creatures. It's more about drawing and making them discard and stuff.
Fair enough. And then let's see.
They said Narset / Notion Thief for extra salt. I don't think this is a salty deck. It's a group hug deck.
Let the record show those are your options, but I'm not going to add those cards.
Oh, I mean, Dictate of Erebos? Not Dictate of Crufix. Do they have it? I know they have Butt Cheek Boy, so okay, cool.
What about Court of Cunning? That kinda helps with
honestly,
the mill plan.
yeah. And getting the Monarch's definitely nice.
That's like a potential win condition. Seems totally fair.
Folio Fancy is pretty awesome.
Oh, Mia loves Folio Fancies.
I do.
That's how you make the hugs
Fancies
hurt.
is awesome.
That's how you make the hugs hurt. And then we need one more card.
Curse isn't bad. Let's see. Is there another like tax effect I have in there? I mean, do you want copy effects? Do you want...
Probably not. Unless they're like any permanent.
I mean, do you want like Clever Impersonator then? That's target permanent on the field.
Maybe. What's just to copy a group hug card? You know what? That's probably...
Remember
cute.
that one time you copied my Fate Unraveler and then I windfalled and Chris just died?
I mean, that was sick. No regrets here. All right. Sweet Saurons back-to-back. Totally different decks. They could not be more different. One of them's from Lord of the Rings 2 and the other one was from Lord of the Rings 3, I believe.
Yeah.
So what's our next...
One second.
We are cooking, folks.
Well, this is second to last. Today. This is a 10 changer, as I mentioned earlier. And it says, can you make it better, faster, more protective of the commander? 1, Wayfarer and Expedition Bap to tutor utility lands. 2, 3 tutor creatures to get what you need. 3, 5 equipment tutors. 4, numerous interaction retrievable Sunforger. 5, a stack of unblockable equipment, competitive Boros Voltron deck.
Competitive Boros Voltron. And can you make it faster? Yes.
Better, faster, more protective of the commander. So, Wayfarer and Expedition map to tutor utility lands.
This is like every promo that has ever been released. Well, this is big. It almost feels like full CDH, except no, it's like high power, assuming you want to keep the spirit of Rograkh Arden, and it's like pretty high power for that. You want to increase speed and protect these jabronis?
I know you don't like deflecting palm.
I really don't, but I would assume that any deck that has Rograkh and Arden also has Sunforger in it.
Yeah,
there
no, that's
it
what
is, yeah.
I mean. That was something I mentioned. Numerous interaction retrievable by Sunforger.
Yeah, I don't
So
want to
TP
screw with
is
people's Sunforger
I mean, we should
packages.
just-
They get really sensitive about it.
We should add more stuff into it then.
We certainly could. I think I would probably want some like removal.
Maybe like a generous gift or something.
I'm just trying to make sure it's not already in here because some of these cards are just like weird. I like Crush Contraband, and I also think Generous Gift is great. I think if you're really, really beating down, I don't think Comeuppance or Settle the Wreckage are that great. Like, if you're asking for my opinion, I would just cut those cards.
Crush Contraband isn't findable with Sunforger.
Why not?
I thought it was 3 or less for Sunforger. Or is it 4?
4 or
Perfect,
less.
perfect.
Okay. There's so many equipments. How many are there? There are 18? Is that too many? Is that too many?
I mean, equipment's 18.
Quite a few unblockables. Thank you, Ghost Donator, if you guys can hear that. I hope you can. Otherwise, I seem like I'm absolutely out of my mind.
He is.
Gift of Estates. Do we want to search for 3 planes? That's not really.
Probably not.
That's not really the move.
I mean, how many planes do you really have, too?
Like, as you go up in power,
You're probably not running as many. Oh, you're running a lot of basics, but
I think as you go up in power, these cards get less good. And it's not even instant for what's it called. So let's get rid of it.
Are we liking land tax?
Not really. I don't play that card much. I don't think it's that great.
I have seen it as being not that impressive
Yeah,
in my decks when I used to try and play it in like a higher powered Talia.
I'm also just now looking at the artifact base. Chrome Mox, Jewel Lotus, Mana Crypt, Mox Amber, Mox Diamond, Mox Opal, Soul Ring. I would never play land tax alongside those. Just to be clear. I think they just outclass that to the biggest degree.
I mean, if you want more protection of the commander, why don't you play Devault's Trickery?
Oh, God.
Like, I'm just saying.
It's not even that bad, right? It's probably...
It's part of the Sunforger package.
I think it's just better than,
it's literally part of the Sunforger package.
Yeah, would you cut, like, Everybody Lives for it? Or,
No.
Angel's Grace?
Don't mess with their Sunforger package.
I already cut 2 cards. We're in too deep.
Well, I don't like Everybody Lives, but I thought we've talked about that on the channel at
Hey,
least.
you know what? We'll cut it then. I don't think that card is very good. Curious to see where it ends up, though.
Do we want more utility lands or something?
5...
Because they do have a fair amount of basics. They have 6 plains and 2 mountains. Do we
Looks
want the
like
one?
they got all the colors. All
How
the color
about
fixers.
no? I mean, how about the one that's red white and it gives like Vigi or Slayer Stronghold? Maybe.
I don't
Do we care?
see it, but it looks like there's not even that much room.
Oh, okay.
33 lands might be too many. On another note?
Idyllic Tutor seems to have very few targets.
Oh, to search for an enchantment. What does it... Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait a second. All right. Let's just get that out of there then. Yeah, there's only 2 enchantments in the deck, and that was Urza's Saga, which we're not going to find, and yeah, so we can cut that pretty safely.
Do we have a? Yeah, we have Stoneforge, we have Kellen, Imperial Recruiter.
So we've got, like,
Do we need more
Godo...
creatures?
Not really.
Okay.
There's Roger every game, no matter what. He's the main guy you suit up.
They said a stack of unblockable equipment.
There's a lot. There are a lot of those.
Tutor creatures to get what you need.
Creatures that tutor, yep.
Well, this is just...
Yeah, it's like the little primer thing.
Yeah. Better, faster, and more protective of the commander.
I think Spirit Endow's a little slow for this, considering just how fast we're going. Stone Hero Giant also seems that way, and
the
Sun Titan
Renowned
too.
Equipment Tutor?
Maybe. It just feels like this deck is like 0 to 100, and it needs to...
Do we want like Chroma's Will? Or Flawless Maneuver or something? I don't know.
Chroma's Will is part of the Sunforger package.
Okay,
so
well, I can't see.
No, I'm saying like
Yeah,
it's a Sunforger card.
Yeah, so.
Let's get it in there. That protects you just as much as a lot of this board wipe stuff, and it could maybe just make your stuff unblockable and help you win the game.
I just said it. Flawless maneuver.
Isn't it in here?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, I can't tell with the promos.
The promos. Tutor's good. Tutor's good. Tutor's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost tempted to, like.
Do we have Ristic Buddy and stuff? How much card draw do we have?
Like, this is probably one of the most popular partner commanders. Yeah, here it is. Comes right up. If we went to, like, really expensive, what would come up? Is there anything you're missing? Probably not a ton.
Oh, the Flash one, maybe? Sigarda's Aid?
I look at SRAM and I look at Pure Steel, and maybe those are, like, ways to keep the cards flowing. Because you have 18 equipment or whatever we said. Yeah, 18. And that helps you save a lot of mana. That seems like what I would go for. At least Pure Steel. And then we'll add SRAM too. Those are early things. They're not expensive at all. We're cutting like Sun Titan and Stone Heaver Giant to get our equipment down earlier and attach them just so we can demolish people.
Ember Cleave, someone said?
Ooh. I like it. That also demolishes people. Plus, Embercleave gets better when we play these other 2-drops, and they can help cheat it out faster.
Dockside, Esper. Do we want, like, Ragavan?
Ooh. Not gonna lie, I kind of thought this was Ragavan, even though I knew it was Dockside. It's probably a little too cute. Because it's basically bad if you don't have it in your opening hand. It's like a weird ley line. Oh, you know what? What about this card? It copies an equipment. So if you don't have a good equipment...
I mean, how many changes have we made so far?
We need... Oh, you're right. I think we just have to add 2 cards. So, you know, you're on the chopping block, Masterwork of Ingenuity. Careful.
I mean, did we change everything we needed?
We have 10 cuts, and we need to add 2 cards.
Do we want MDFCs? Do we want...
You potentially do want MDFCs.
Do you want Shatter Skull?
Although I might recommend just cutting... This doesn't really count as a change, but whatever. I'll just do it anyway. I would probably cut Mountain and Plains for Shatter Skull and Amiria's Call. Kind of like reduces your land count. Gives you a little bit more to do if you flood. This deck is just so low to the ground.
It's really...
What's this card? I don't think we've read this one yet. You get an untapped, an extra combat. Okay. Alright, so...
Do we want extra turn spells? You have Final Fortune. Would you also want,
Final Fortune I think I would cut, but it's in the Sunforger package. I don't know if I want to add more.
Well, I mean, do we want the other extra turn one then?
I probably wouldn't add more. What does this card friggin' do? Equip creatures Impulse Draw? But you can cast equipment for free? I mean, that's cool. It's not really 6 mana. It's probably going to cost like 4. And then we just need...
Do we want like Grand Abolisher or Archivist or something? Because he does have Ranger Captain, so...
To search for...
What, Ristic Buddy? No.
It basically only searches for 2. Should we add another 1-drop?
Maybe. That's why I was also like thinking maybe Ragavan, but...
As like a beatdown option.
Yeah.
Red, white, CMC equals 1. And the type is... Creature.
Ooh, Mom isn't bad because you want more protection, so Mother of Runes is good.
Yes. Mom seems fair.
Sarah Ascendant was in the chat too.
Sarah beats down hard, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I'll let you pick between them. What do you think's better?
They said, directly they said, better, faster, and more protective, so Mother.
Okay, so we'll bring Mom down. Save Roger from all the harsh weather out there. And I think we got a sick little brew here.
Yeah, this is a very high power one.
Very punchy.
Okay, last one.
Ooh, and the final deck of the day. Strap yourselves in. Feel free to guess what commander it is. I do love Combat Calligrapher. That card's sweet.
Here you go. And the note on this is played a lot. Blah, blah, blah. The deck is decent. Usually I win. Is Magus of the Disc or Nivernal's Disc, but most cards are...
It already says that in on it. That's what...
That's what I said.
Don't think you can stop me. You can't stop me.
But most cards are high mana cost, and I want to smooth it out and make it quicker, and also think about skewing it to a more high damage life gain deck.
So high damage, life gain, and we want quicker, is that right?
Yeah, it says decent. Usually I win card is Magus of the Disc or Nivernal's Disc, but most cards are high mana cost, and I'd like to smooth it out, make it quicker.
This is also 10 cuts?
Yes, 10.
Alright, first one, easy. Dreamstone Hedron. I think it's a little too expensive for what it does. I would pretty much cut any and all Oblivion Rings, so 1, 2, 3. Not cards I think are efficient. I think if your removal can get removed, you're in trouble.
Calamity's Wake seems like you're playing against a Breach deck, but
you like
there's
no
a
deck
meta call.
There's no deck that you could play against where this would be good, and I wouldn't say you're getting pub stomped. I just think that's not. Like,
Yeah,
it's some kind of meta call.
I'd rather play Reprieve or something.
Even just play Rest in Peace. I mean, we could add Rest in Peace, but I just don't. I don't think we want Calamity's Wake. We're already making progress here.
Yeah. Do we want maybe some Evoke cards? I mean, just thinking about adding.
Jesus. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
These are a
5,
lot.
6, 7, 8. Let's at least get rid of Devastating Mastery and let's get
Put
rid
something
of,
else out and put in Vanquish the Horde.
That's exactly what I was just gonna do. So we have 7 cuts, so we need 3 more cuts, and they might be angels. I don't know. This has got to go. This feels kind of vanilla.
Yeah, that's a little.
2 cuts still.
Do we want? Yeah, Wall of Omens.
Double Strike. Oh, Wall of Omens is a little fillery. We can add some other stuff.
Burnish.
Oh, and I don't like
That's
Boreas
like-
Charger either. So that's the
How
cuts.
about, can we look at the lands maybe too?
Probably a bunch of planes and Amirias.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Not even Amirias.
Well, that's a land you could certainly add. Is Emiria the?
I'd add Urza's
Skyrim.
Incubator, considering everything costs 10 billion.
Yeah, we're really gonna need to like cut down the cost of these angels. There are still 19 of them, and we might add more. Let's see if there's any we missed. Angel, that's better. All right.
Yeah, Giada's so good. I mean, if you want, we could go off like the Resplendent's really good, and that just went down to like $4, $6 each.
Oh, is that on here? Well, yeah. Well, they said they wanted to gain life, right?
Yeah, Resplendent's amazing.
So what ways do we have to actually gain life? There's
Yeah, Pearl Medallion should be added.
Pearl Medallion's so good. As we say, Pearl Medallion, Pearl Medallion. So what are we getting life with? Lyra?
Maybe.
That's one for sure.
The Resplendent Resolute. There we go.
Zafara has lifelink. Maybe that's what they were talking about. I mean, fair enough.
I think you should be adding.
You should probably add Solemn. You have the rest of the crew.
I think you should be adding Bishop of Wings.
Which one is that? Oh, that's the angel guy. He's like an early play. Oh, and he gains life. That's the Righteous Valkyrie, maybe? Do we have that one?
Yep, Righteous Valkyrie is a good one.
We don't.
Do you have the Resplendent? That was like the one I was talking about.
That's what made me question if this is a life gain deck, but now that we got more ways to gain life, I'm all in.
How about Speaker of the Heavens? That's a 1-drop.
It is. I don't know. I actually don't like that card in Commander.
Really? Okay.
This gives us a little bit more of a sticky board presence earlier in the game. That seems good. I want more spell removal though, right?
Yeah. Do we want permanent destruction like Stroke of Midnight and Generous Gift and Path and we want protection too, right? Or no? Do we not?
Is that what they asked for?
Let's see. Maybe not. Smooth it out and make it quicker. Also skewing it more to a high damage life gain deck.
Oh, okay. So we did skew it to the life gain like they wanted. Does that mean we want like Archangel Thune?
We can add it in. Sarah's Emissary is so good.
It is silly.
Do you want to Sarah Ascendant then? I mean, that definitely life gains beats down.
It's faster. It's just not an angel.
Yeah.
What about these guys?
Yeah, Battle Angels is cool.
They're not the best, but they do attack. pretty efficiently. And then you're trying to gain life. I mean, are we talking like a Soul Warden, like an Auric Champion?
Are we making creatures come in fast enough?
Just like something, like maybe just Blindo, just to
Ooh,
have a little bit
Blindo's
extra
good.
life. And then we need to add a removal spell, like so bad. Generous Gift is fine.
I mean, Stroke of Midnight, but same.
Very
stuff.
similar.
Yeah.
Crush Contraband even. Heliod, maybe Heliod's Intervention, because that gains life on
Yeah.
the other side.
That's a good one.
It either destroys a bunch of stuff, or gains you life, triggers all your things. This seems pretty cool.
Cool. That's 100. And
That's
that is
a
the last
hundo,
one.
baby. That's gonna do it for our deck audits. I appreciate everyone hanging out, and
Thank you so much.
there will always be more
Yeah.
to do. So feel free to tune in next time. We will always announce these ahead of time, and we are on the verge of getting on a more consistent schedule.
Yeah, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And we will be announcing it on YouTube community and Twitter. So if you want to follow us there, we are aiming to do it once a week, every Thursday, though. So
Yes.
thanks, guys.
We do
Have
appreciate it.
Have a good one.